I'm serving Madel my own way. I think the church is kind of a joke. Um,
There you go. There you go, Azul. Blasphemy! This is heresy.
I don't think it's heresy, but it's just not. It's not for me. It's just a bunch
That's
of.
what a heretic would say.
If they want to label me a heretic, they can go for it. I'll walk on.
Then again, I mean, gold,
know.
money talks and bullshit walks. And Exodus has dropped a huge sum of coin and basically erected one of, like, the old temple district. Like, this church now stands out as like a shining jewel amongst all the temples there, as most of the other places were put to the torch or razed by the forces of darkness. Who the hell is talking in the background there?
Oh.
I hear some Spanish going on. Is that you, Azul?
Oh,
your mic is much so. Your mic is so good now. I can hear everything in the whole fucking house.
That's my grandmother outside my room.
Azul dropped a whole $20 and he upgraded his mic, guys. I was able to convince him. Now we just Josh, your mic's still pretty good. I was trying to get the other player that we had.
I just recently got an upgrade, so
you sound good though. You've always sounded pretty good. Cool. Well, I mean, Sora's going to take his time. You guys are in the middle. You guys want to start, or we should wait another 5 minutes? Up to you guys.
Your call.
No, it's your guys' call. You guys are in control.
I mean, Azul and Accident. I'm leaving it up to you.
I mean, we can start now. His character is.
I think we're primarily just fleeing.
He just said he'll be there. He said, where do you guys want to...
Let's get the fleeing out of the way.
Sure. You guys, I just saw the message too that Sora is... He says he'll be there in a few minutes. Sora casts Featherfall. You guys all fall into the streets right outside of the bank. And you can assume that Laskel, the leader of the Gilded Bank, has fled as well. You guys notice the bank flickers a little bit. Yes, Korgak is doing a great impression of himself in his werewolf right now as he's petrified. He's thrown over the back of Exodin as you guys fall to the ground. The whistles of the guards on nearby streets are being blown. What do you guys do? Where are you guys going?
Excellent. I think our vampire friends could really help us out in this situation.
We'll just visit Rashad. They don't know we're the ones to cause the commotion. Keep your head down and walk away.
Oh, yes. And I'm just going to say, it is mighty impressive that you can carry such... how are we going to carry him? He's a ton of rocks right now.
I'll take care of it. Now, I'm not too keen on being able to handle this petrification. However, we must do it as he did agree to help us. Rashad might have a scroll that you could use to cure him.
I'm hopefully like he looks down how much gold he got. Hopefully I got enough to cover the scroll.
I'll pay for it. This was my choice of mission, and I will bear the responsibility.
You guys kind of shuffle off into an alleyway somewhere, right? You guys have to evade the guards, probably, right?
Yeah, we did.
I may try, but...
Does anybody want to cast a spell to help assist in evading the guards, or are we just going to roll straight stealth roll versus their perception?
I'll cast the spell that every good ranger carries on them to hide, which is called Pass Without a Trace. That's what it is.
Cast it.
Yes.
Suddenly the silence falls upon the group. The quiet footsteps. The shuffling of Korgak on your back, Exodin, is muffled as you guys dip and slick yourselves into a back alleyway into the slums of Stormbrook, a large city within Orin. Everyone rolls a stealth check. You roll your own stealth check. how this type of stuff works, I'm thinking, is everyone rolls a stealth check versus the guards.
I don't think I can roll. I am petrified.
Yes, you don't roll.
32.
Does that spell you cast give an advantage or
It
anything?
gives you plus
Plus
10
10.
to the roll.
Plus
Just
10.
flat
Plus 10?
Yeah,
Plus
it's really
God
strong. It's
damn.
really strong. Yeah, it's really strong.
Yeah. Every
19.
ranger picks it up.
I rolled very
It's
high.
really,
Accident.
really strong.
It's like as soon
excellent.
as you dip by the corner, like you see a guard. You think he notices you, but there seems to be like a lot of commotion near the bank. And the guard almost notices you. I roll ties. When I roll ties, the player wins.
Oh my god.
I just duck my head and keep on going. We don't need this right now. I'm totally gassed.
Alright, Exeter. Let's go. Let's go.
Calm yourself.
Well,
We don't need to draw any attention beyond this statue on my back.
is killing you. Yes, I know. It looks like it weighs a ton, and I cannot help you. My muscles are not as strong as yours. I would just hinder you.
It's dark out, guys. It is 7:51 p.m. at night. That's the time I have at least. Did I mess that up? Because you guys entered there in the evening.
That sounds about right.
You guys entered there in the evening, and you were there for a while, like talking to him a little bit. And I mean, I probably ran the timer wrong. But I'm gonna say it's nighttime right now. You guys have successfully evaded the guards. Rashad's shop is closed at this hour,
Fuck!
right?
Of course he
Closing before 8 p.m.? This is an outrage. I'm writing a review.
Well, excellent. What should we do now? You're now the leader. Now that Arno is gone.
Feel free to make the decision yourself.
Well, I say we hide him somewhere nearby and find a tavern to sleep in during the night and come back and visit the store later. No one is going to mess with it. You know what? People might break it because he's an orc, but he is also a werewolf now, so...
What does the statue look like,
His
Hordak?
form is literally, he's a wolf right now. He is a wolf mid-snarl, claw pulled back.
People would think it's just a scary statue. Thank God he's no longer looking like an orc, or people would break it out of anger.
We'll bring it to the tavern. Claim that it's merchandise to install for some noble. If any questions are asked.
Separate rooms or together?
How much would you have?
I look... possibly over 100.
Separate rooms will be fine.
All right.
You guys are gonna get
We'll
separate
go to the
rooms.
giant bar.
Going to the giant bar again. The lady there, the dwarf is in there. Are we taking the statue?
Yes.
You're carrying him in there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it like outside to like
carries
the
in there?
like
Well-
alley beside the tavern or something.
Exit.
Do
and
they have a
carries the
secure
statue.
spot outside, or is it going to just be like?
You're gonna put it like next
public
to the
access?
horses,
Yeah,
or like people like
That sounds like a
tie up
smart
the
idea.
horses and stuff like that.
yeah. That would if they have that
I mean,
nearby. I would like,
Exit. What's your strength at? Like you have a pretty strong guy, right? Pretty strong dragonborn.
yeah, 19 strength.
Yeah, for you, it's like, not everybody's just walking around with 19 strength. Like your average commoner has like a 10 strength. So it'd take probably like 2 or 3 commoners to lift a statue up and take it.
Okay.
But I mean, it could be
I've
done.
arrived.
Soar, they want to. It's really late at night. Soar, it's like 10 p.m. Or no, I'm sorry, it's like it's It's almost 8 p.m. They were able to successfully evade the guards. Azul casts Pass Without Trace, and you guys are able to slip away. A lot of the commotion is happening in the streets. You're carrying a giant werewolf statue, and as you're carrying this giant statue, people are like, kind of like, you know, just some of the peasant folk are like staring at you as you're carrying this statue through town. Because it's a lifelike statue of a werewolf. And a peasant comes up to you as you're walking to the giant bar, which is like in the sailor district of Stormbrook. What is that?
Oh, a worker made this for us. We're delivering it to the, what was it? It's the, where are we delivering this?
Make a deception roll. As you begin to, like, doubt yourself. I'm going to say make it with disadvantage as you begin to mumble.
It's none of their business.
19 with disadvantage.
Wait, this is what?
This is just a
I'm
common.
with confidence there.
It's rolled against the opposing player's insight. Really? Wow, this is... The workmanship on this is incredible.
Yes.
Yes, I know. It's a very expensive statue.
Yes.
I'm sure one of the nobles would pay a handsome coin for that.
No.
Azul, are you okay?
No, I'm just wondering if we should sell this. I mean, a noble would pay a pretty penny for our friend.
Oh,
here.
you're so lucky. I can't hear anything while I'm petrified. You would get your ass beat.
Excellent. What are your thoughts on that?
Are you asking me if I would be willing to sell this statue
Exactly.
in private quarters? I'll tell you exactly what I think.
Of course, friend.
I don't know how much they'd
buy it
for, but probably at least a few hundred gold.
Oh no, that's too cheap. Too cheap. This masterpiece is worth more. I would say this masterpiece has a soul. This fire was worth far more than that.
Hey, Samuel, come take a look at this.
Oh,
He just like calls over his buddy, you know. He's like,
We
what
we
the
really-
hell
Is there now a
this?"
commotion
We're,
around this?
we're already behind schedule. We should probably get going.
Yes, you're right.
Oh, pardon me, my lord. And you guys continue just on your way to the inn. It's just like, it's very late at night. You guys see, I think around this time there would be like little candle lighters, you know, guys coming out and lighting the little candles on the streets. The roads are cobbled roads, you know, made of stone. And as you find your way to the giant bar, the dwarven barkeep, a woman notices. So we leave the statue outside, correct?
So I'm gonna drop it outside, and I'm gonna go
Drop
in.
it next to a horse that's out there, like tied up on.
No, I'm
one
gonna
of
have
the
it near the
posts,
entrance. For now, I'm gonna have it near the entrance, and I'm gonna go in to
like
ask
a
the
door
barkeep.
stopper.
No, but like I'm
Beside the door, not blocking the
Yeah,
entry, but like beside
I'm
it.
leaving it outside
Right
temporarily.
outside the
to go
door
in to ask.
is a post where they tie the horses up. There's horses
Okay.
there
At the front.
at the front.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna temporarily leave it there to go and
Next to a
ask
horse.
if I can bring it
You
in.
drop it.
Yeah.
You hear a thud as like you hit it. Like some of the dirt and cobblestone like kind of kicks up a little bit. I'm gonna say like you just carrying the statue around is. I don't know. There's got to be some kind of a check though. You were also trying to evade the guards or something.
Athletics.
I just think.
I think that sounds like athletics. If like he's trying.
Yeah,
Like,
make
what do
an
you?
athletics check. What I'm trying to say is, did you damage the statue while moving it?
Oh shit.
Because if you break an arm
if-
off of me, I'm losing an arm.
I would have helped him make sure that thing breaks.
Roll as well.
Does he get advantage?
You can roll as well, Azul, as you're carrying it with him.
I would rather give him advantage than
What do you
me
think,
roll
Sora?
with him. I mean,
How long does Featherfall last?
I am
It's
I
still
mean,
made
it's
of
not.
stone,
Oh.
so
Azul
I am
rolls as
still
well.
made of
Accident
stone.
rolls, but then
Okay.
Azul rolls as well.
all right. I'm not the greatest at this. 13.
I'm gonna say the DC isn't that. You guys are being somewhat careful, like walking it through the streets, but like evading those guards initially, like exiting, you might have like broke off a toe or something, you know? By hitting a corner or
It
something.
drops the price.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it
Well,
remains
congratulations, I
undamaged.
lost a toe.
As you set it down next to a horse, the horse like like it's kind of startled by like a giant ass werewolf statue
The
being put next
statue
to it.
is very realistic. It even has bones inside it.
As they're pulling the costume. Load up an inn.
Oh God. Oh yeah.
You guys
Accident,
come into the
right?
inn and the dwarven lady is there. What do you? I'm sorry, Sora. You were saying something?
Oh yes. Accident. Oh, I had a question.
Before he walks in.
What?
Before you walk into the giant bar, which is the inn.
Yes. Why was there a dragon in that bank, and why did it start disappearing?
Well, there was a sorcerer there who has held up an illusion over that bank to swindle the commoners who come to use it.
Oh, okay. I feel a lot better about killing those people now.
So you just follow us.
I thought you were gonna rob the bank until I saw the dragon, and I decided to trust your judgment. But I had to make sure, because that was a terrible thing I just did.
You may want to ask before you do things next time.
No, I'm good.
Let's all get a meal. I think we are all sin
I'm
something to eat.
I'm very hurt. You see, just there's scars and bruises all over his body.
Anyway,
Right.
you two can continue in. I'll speak with the bartender. I'll go up to the bartender and when I ask her, get her attention first.
Okay, you guys walk in. It's pretty dead inside of the bar. You know, there's probably only like a couple patrons there. You know, you don't notice anything of it because you're so tired and exhausted. And the female bartender is there, right? Time to put it on, boys.
Yes.
The dwarves all have beards. If I can figure this out. Hey, accident! This is my dwarven outfit, guys.
Let's go.
Hey! Yeah. We have plenty of room in here. Now you think, accident, why there's so much room is because the city's been under lockdown.
Yeah.
They finally let the ships be able to sail. I bet it'll be busy in a couple days.
Is it still 5 silver for the nice room?
Aye. She holds out her hand.
I give her the 5 silver.
Just for you?
Just for me tonight.
And your
They'll take
friends?
care of themselves.
She sees Azul and Sora like sit down at the table.
They'll take care of themselves.
Did I get
No,
you
I-
some ale, lad?
I don't need any. But I do have a request.
Aye?
The statue outside.
Huh? Got you?
Would you be willing to let me take it inside to hide from nefarious types?
Put it next to the fireplace.
Appreciate it. I'll go outside, pick up the statue, and put it next to the fire.
You take it, you put it next to the fireplace, and it illuminates. Of course, the barkeep, is like pretty stunned by what's going on. She says, "Aye, how much for it?"
It's priceless.
How much do you think it's worth?
Well, I've been
That's
thinking
so
about
mean.
renaming the bar, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe we could call it the Stone Werewolf.
No, I must deliver it tomorrow.
Come now, Accident. It's a masterpiece. We must give it away. We can't carry it.
Azul, actually,
Swear to God, if you saw
you
me,
can
I'm gonna be
sleep with
so
me
mad.
tonight.
Say goodbye to you.
Sor and Azul take a seat, and one of the servers come up, a dwarven server. You guys want anything to drink?
I'll take like the finest wine they got.
Do they have
After
apple juice?
this, fighting a dragon, I want like the finest wine, the best meal they got. I just survived death.
The finest wine?
Yes.
That'll be
How
10
much
gold!
does it cost, though? Huh?
10 gold for the shot it
10
made, the comp.
gold! How about 8? 8 gold. I'm buying a meal. It goes with the meal.
You just said you came back from dead.
Yes!
Strange. One is such a penny pincher when the gods have saved the skin on their back.
Fine. 10 gold.
You hand her
I'll
10
have an apple
gold. She
juice.
says, I'll be right back. Apples aren't in season this time of year. How
What is
about-
in season?
We have some pear juice.
Pear juice is fine.
Oh, okay. That'll be 1 copper piece.
Yeah, they're robbing me
Now,
blind.
Azul just handed her 10 gold pieces. You're handing her a copper piece.
Yeah.
You hand her a copper piece for some of the pear juice. She
Yeah.
brings it out. Exit, you sit down with your companions and have a nice little refreshment. As you bring
I'll
the
just take a
statue,
water.
you see the statue of the werewolf like looking at the fireplace at you. You know, today's been a pretty strange day, has it not?
So I can't help but feel you're a bit morally compromised.
I have been compromised hanging with this group, yes. Before, gold was something of a scarcity. But now, hanging with this group, it is like river flowing like crazy.
You were trying to sell a man. Do you not understand what you're
He was
doing?
lost during the battle. We can imagine it like that.
He is. I know how petrification works, my friend. We just need a priest.
Hiring a priest takes money.
I promise when we get there, you won't have to pay a single one of your coins.
Excellent. Please help me. We could sell it and make more money.
So, I'm restraining myself from
You
reaching
were
over.
asking someone who is against slavery to sell a human. Or a living being. Just saying. I don't know if that's occurred to you yet.
It's going to occur to him
Who's
quickly.
character arc?
Oh, that made my night, so thank you.
From a Robin Hood to a slaver.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna move closer to Azul, put my arm around his shoulder, and very uncomfortably squeeze him. Now, Azul, I don't need to remind you that he was helping us, right?
Yes. No,
So
I mean,
we are indebted to him, correct?
as any man should, for a person who helped fight death.
As long as that's clear, and you keep that in mind, we will be just fine for the night. And I'll let him go.
At least someone here
Back
is
over.
in the right mind.
As you guys are just enjoying it, some refreshments, Azul, roll a d20 to see maybe how good this wine is. You know how rich people are. Their taste can be weird, you know what I mean? Like, it's something very expensive. It's the finest shelf of squeezed grapes, mashed with feet into some big giant barrel back in the day. It
I
doesn't
rolled a
taste,
3.
it's like pretty bitter, Is that what you're into? Did you get your money's worth?
What did the bottle look like? There wasn't.
The bottle's nice, of course. Handwritten label.
Switch out the wine.
But it's kind of bitter.
How's the wine,
Are
Azul?
you into it? Yeah, how is the wine, Azul?
I was hoping for something more.
You can have some of my pear juice.
Definitely not the worst. This
Maybe it'll
tavern
sweeten
is
up.
terrible. Their wine is trash.
And as you guys are all kind of sitting down at the table enjoying your refreshments, a man comes up to the table. Or what does he look like, Apollo?
First of all, this is an apparently slightly elven man. He has tipped ears, there's flowing blonde hair. He is very pale. Not quite white, but it doesn't look as though he's been in the sun very much. He is dressed absolutely fancifully. There is a leer upon his back for a salute, and there's a swagger to his walk as he approaches, and a smile on his face. He oozes charisma. And at his side, floating, is what appears to be a small pixie with a notepad, with a book in hand and a quill out, constantly writing everything he is saying and doing.
Oh, God.
Everything. At all times, as he approaches and looks at you, it takes a moment as he looks at you, grins in recognition, and then starts making his way over. Before
Right.
calling out,
Oh,
well,
excellent.
all three.
Oh, no present.
Well, if it isn't the Dark Divide, I have been looking for you. Ah, excuse me. Trixie, can you take a quick sketch of all of them, real quick? There's a little laugh from the pixie as she is flitting around all of you and just drawing you. I'll have to ask that you don't move for the sake of clarity, but
I strike a
Hello.
pose and have lightning kind of between my fingers.
ooh, excellent. Don't worry, I'll make sure you're immortalized in history.
Bad
Whoa.
until I finish my drink.
I think I'm gonna need this whole bottle to deal with this one.
Now, I'm afraid I'm here for a reason. Ooh, is that? Oh, is that one of the good ones? May I?
Does it taste like it?
Oh, and you clearly don't quite have the palate for it, my dear sir.
Oh yeah.
As he brushes some of the hair from his face and just pours himself a glass. Delightful. Now, I am indeed here with a reason. I am but to play but the messenger in this case. However, I would like to tag along if possible.
Oh, you wouldn't be the first.
You wouldn't happen to be willing to travel, would you?
I whisper to Azul, "What's the Dark Divide?"
It was the name of this group I joined. It's I didn't know at the time, but they were named the Dark Divide. And it seems they're more famous than I originally thought.
Oh, so that's us.
Yes.
Indeed. If you don't mind, could we go somewhere private to discuss?
You're still a probationary member. You just joined. But Korgag recently lost his life. I think that makes him a full-fledged member after death. If
He's not dead, Azul. Stop trying to rationalize it.
Who's dead?
I point
Hey.
towards the
Ignore Exor.
Towards it's the statue in the room at the moment.
It's by the fireplace, I believe.
You point to the. Oh, poor soul. Petrification, right? He's not dead, but he's very well close to it. Be careful not to knock his head off.
We already lost a toe.
Oh, that's delightful.
I wouldn't think he'd think so.
It builds character, even if that
Indeed it
character is
does.
gonna kill us.
It builds plenty of character. Of course, not that I'd have any missing pieces. In any case,
I check your limbs and fingers and toes.
they're all there.
Okay. Gotta make sure.
Well, there is the point to be made. I am indeed here to carry a message, but it is a message best said in private, if you don't mind. Is that all right?
Keep.
Unless there is no other patrons.
Is the
in
barkeep there?
Is there any other patrons in the bar of note? Or is
Like
it
you guys
literally
look
just
around,
them?
there's like a couple guys, like a couple sailors, just like you just like go quiet to like see if anybody's eavesdropping. The sailors are like, "When are you gonna open up those damn pokes? I'm getting po." And the barkeep is just like tending, like washing something.
We'll be fine. Now,
The
I'm
barkeep
here
looks up
on-
at you, accident, as you look to her, gives you a wink.
Ooh. Ooh, I see
You
you
let
are
me
a...
know if anyone's eyeing the statue.
There's just nobody really in here because the quarantine just got lifted like this evening. But by tomorrow, though, who knows?
My caution stands. There's still people about the city.
There's a couple
You can
sailors,
visit
yeah.
there.
And there could be someone who just walks in.
We can go to my room.
Strange
If
too,
you feel
accident.
the-
Like, you know that sending stone you have? Nobody's tried to call it.
Good. I'm not in the mood for it.
I will have to say, if you feel the need to, you may, but are you indeed willing to travel?
Or do you wish to discuss this in private?
I feel as though those imbeciles won't quite comprehend that what we're talking about in any case. So, a friend, shall we say, wishes to meet with you in the Whispering Volcanoes. I am but a messenger. Eurus, the god of the east wind.
And what is in store for us there?
As far as I am aware, a job.
Ooh.
Seeking to retrieve some powerful artifacts. Now, I, meanwhile, simply wish to tag along and write your stories. I am an actor, after all, and, well, I am chronicling adventures, and from what I've heard from Eurus, you lot seem to have quite the amount of them.
I knew these guys for a day, and well, I can't get into it, but I heard it.
Oh no, I have every intention of interviewing all of you. So please do prepare your stories. If you could, does George come on? You see her take the book and just start flashing pages through. Fix the nose, add a bit more horns there. It's a little dull looking. Let's see. No, the scales, add a bit more red. Make it pop. The lightning, add a few more clouds here and there. Perfect. Now, shall we? Unless, of course, you are in need of rest.
Yes.
And your friend there.
We can discuss it further in the morning. However, are you simply going to be observing and being a nuisance? Or are you going to be assisting?
What do you think, dear sir?
So
I just lean forward on my hand.
the server comes up to Thor and says, "More juice, my lord?"
Yes.
He pours you another glass.
I
Good
finished
taste.
off my bottle. By
Good
then.
taste, dear sir.
How was your wine? Oh, all finished already.
Yes.
Would you happen to have any salads? I'm
Salad.
afraid I am a vegetarian. Yes.
I do believe we have some radishes and some greens we can chop up for
If you could get me some greens, that would be wonderful, dear.
2 copper pieces.
I'm gonna slide her a silver, keep the change, and give her a
Ooh.
wink.
She's like, she kind of like smiles back, you know, like more receptive than normal. Oh, not that, my lord.
Now,
The server walks off to grab your refreshments.
do tell.
Accident,
Could you,
did your water look empty as well?
I finished it, yeah.
Okay. She comes back. She's gonna come back with some water in a minute.
Perfect. So,
I'm not against going somewhere else, but I have a destination of my own that I suggest we go to.
Is there a timing for your patron?
I mean, he is a god, so I would hope you would put it sooner rather than later. But of note, he is not my patron.
He's a
Merely-
god and he can wait.
A friend.
Probably get more stories out of us either way we go.
That is true. Speaking of, you there, Mr. Stormcloud.
That's me.
What is your name? Pretty. As she
Soar.
immediately just starts scribing everything you say.
Soar. Soar.
Soar. Wonderful name. Now, tell me a bit more about yourself.
I really like lightning. Is that Azul laughing?
I'll tell you right now, Apollo's laughing at you, but he's doing so under his breath.
I grab Azul's wine bottle and I cast Shocking Grasp.
My bottle!
Does it explode in his face?
It just like
It was
electrifies.
I want to put lightning in a bottle. See, how can you not love that?
Why?
There we go.
Drink it.
It was empty.
I have this.
You can have it.
I drink the lightning, I guess. Anyway, next person.
Sure, sir. Sure. Oh. No. Anyone else? Anything?
Excellent. I want to ask if we should go instead to Barovia.
How far is that?
3-4 days journey, I think.
Hmm.
And what is there for us?
Well, I'm sure more riches, but a certain item I need to acquire.
Oh, a special quest for yourself. That would make a good chapter. Or perhaps good play. Yes.
Well, while Arno and Adeline are out of the picture, I did hope to take care of the Thomas Vigo problem myself. Do any of you oppose?
No?
Mhm.
You want
Well,
to finish this? Then we should finish it and move on.
So,
I'm not against staying. I kind of want to see what's going on in this city.
oh,
there was a
My
legendary
apologies.
bank.
It just occurred to me. I've never even introduced myself. It is a pleasure to meet you
Interesting.
all. My name is Apollo.
Silver's just looking at you. I like the name.
Thank you, dear sir. It is a good one. One of many I've taken over the years.
Oh,
You seem
Okay.
a very extravagant man.
More fun to be than not to be, after all.
But one that hasn't seen battle, I think.
Well,
He just raises an eyebrow slowly.
I'll leave you two into his company. I'm going to go to bed.
Never seen a battle.
I'm gonna get up and go to my room.
The moment you're gone, I'm just gonna say, so how much do you really care for that friend of yours?
That is a very expensive question.
Azul?
As I just open my palm and let some magic begin to spark in it, I highly recommend you do not disrespect me again, dear boy, as I slowly aim my palm towards the statue.
That was an Azul laugh right there.
I have seen combat, dear boy. Don't think I have not. I simply find it more beneficial to use words first.
I've seen street wizards do that. That is not power.
Azul, my newly acquired friend, why are you insulting the man pointing a spell at I'm gonna get a room.
Sora, you stand up and go to the barkeep.
Yep.
You hand her 5 silver for the room.
Yeah.
Aye, thank you.
Where are you going? Why are you leaving me with him?
If Koryak dies, you will be solely responsible. Goodbye.
God damn it. And he looks like Apollo, like, no, I have to deal with this fool.
You started it. I yelled down the
Good
stairs.
boy. Good boy. I'm actually going to use one of my abilities on you because I see no reason not to. I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
God damn.
Do I want to charm or frighten?
15.
My DC 16. That's a shame. So, for the next... for a moment, you can either be charmed or frightened by me. Let's go with frightened. So for just a single instance, you become absolutely terrified of me for just a single moment.
Is it of you or does something
Me.
happen around?
Me.
Oh, you specifically.
Fey presence, baby.
Do I see anything strange or do I just
Oh,
get
yes.
an overwhelming feeling?
A bit of silvery magic begins to drift off of me. My dear boy, a word of advice. Let's see here. As he waves a hand in front of his face, and immediately there's a shimmery of silvery magic as you are now sitting in front of a direct replica of yourself. You are not special. That in mind, don't you? Before it shifts back to the elven man. I will then slowly rise. Come, Trixie, we have much to be done. Place to right, that's all. I will make my way away.
So like watches him a bit of like, I hate this guy, but I also can't do anything because I don't know what he's capable of, and I'm fucked up.
Y'all head to bed? Is that what's going on? We're all going for a rest?
Yes, I will.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go around the table. You guys are sleeping. Exodus buys the really expensive room, and you guys all spend 5 silver pieces, right, to get your own little room. Is that correct?
I mean, I'm getting any as best of a room as I can get. Unfortunately, I think Exodus has the best, sadly, but I'll get the second best.
We're gonna say people can. We're gonna say that one person has to sleep with someone else, like a cot room. But there's just not that many people in here, so that person has to pay 3 silver. Who wants that person to be that sleeps by themselves in a room with like a cot, essentially a cot and another cot?
I vote Azul.
That is correct. That is the correct answer. Good job. You have learned the dynamic instantly. Well done.
Azul spends 3 silver, and Azul, though, there's no one else really. Like I said, the place must be pretty empty because of the quarantine. So you actually sleep by yourself alone in the room. I'm gonna go around the table though. I'm just gonna go around the table as we get a little bit of background noise from poor guy. Gonna mute him for a second. The werewolf statue stands, flickering in the blaze of the fireplace. Azul, you're upstairs in your own room, or in a room, by yourself, but shared with a cot. What are you thinking about?
So I was thinking of that he has changed from when he met these people. That money has become more important to him, as it's more available to him now than it was before. Gold was something like you would work like weeks or months to get, and like sell like hides of good quality to get. And ever since he's met these people, it's been flowing like crazy, like stacks and stacks of gold, and he's enamored by it now. And he also has goals that he wants to do, and he has to bend to Exodus to keep him on his good side, but also he wants to see if he can maybe acquire enough wealth. Maybe that's the way to get to Exodus, because that's what it's gotten to him. Maybe if he gets enough gold, he can bend Exodus to his will.
Yeah, and you think about maybe how frivolous you were with the wish.
Yes.
That you could have wished for any amount of gold possible. Not only from the bottle of these genies, but the genie Rizu, the genie king.
He's also thinking like this gold is going to be very important down the road as he reunites with his people, gathers them. He needs gold to make buildings, to pay people, to invest in his new city that he plans to resurrect in the forest. He needs gold. And
maybe it's your half-elf nature of you, the human half, which strives for greed. For most Azrai do not think so petty. They think about the ambers and the gold and the wood and the oaks rather than what is beneath the earth. They think about what is above.
And he's just wrapped around that of like, I need gold to do what I need to do, to make people do what I need to do. And I'm gonna need tons of it. And I still gotta do what I need to do. And before I can do whatever I want to do, I gotta help Exodus, and then maybe.
Unfortunately, you think about Exodus a little bit, right? And he was pretty hasty to attack the people in the bank. With the dragon there and everybody like that, he just dropped his mace on it. Which seems to be a pretty common tactic with him. Walking into a certain situation and just basically dropping the hammer of justice, as it so seems. What could you expect from a zealot like Exodus? There were thousands of coins there, but like I said, with no real plan, You can only scoop out a few hundred before you're able to leave.
With that in mind, he thinks maybe Exon is not the right leader. Arno and
Adeline.
Adeline were the brains. Exon was just the muscle. Zuz, he has to be the leader of his people, and maybe he should try to become the leader of the group. Maybe.
Especially with the new mic. Exodin is sleeping in his room. He lays his large takes off his plate, doffs off his plate armor, right? The symbols of Samarkand, the fallen city, sacked by the Genie King Rizu, adorn the well-polished metal plate. What are you thinking about as you go to sleep?
Thinking about first getting Korgat cured. That's a mistake. Then definitely upset that Lascal got away from me. So I'm 0 for 3 in the city right now of my main objective.
Yes, a strange half lion, half woman was able to deceive you through powerful illusion magic.
And I'm probably not going to be able to kill Ilarian because she's in her. I can't even think how I'm going to get her out of her lair to be able to fight her, because there's no way we can handle her if she's in her lair with all the vampires around. So I'm honestly, for the first time in a long time, I'm actually just focused on kind of doing the right thing rather than doing what I just want to do, and just getting Thomas Vigil on the throne and not focusing on killing Ilarian.
And unfortunately, their coronation for Thomas Vigil is set for tomorrow evening. And it's just a process, where the noble houses will come before the throne and swear fealty to him. At least that's the way court is supposed to be held. Strangely enough, Exodin, the meeting for this is not set during the day, but at sundown. And you think to yourself,
Well, of course.
For Thomas Vigil is no longer even a mortal man. He's been turned, slain by Ilarian. As you read through the book, you also discovered how the vampires do it, right? You rolled a natural 20 or something, right? On the book?
It was high, yeah.
I think you rolled a natural 20. And the book talked about how the vampire drains the blood of the victim, then buries them in earth like grave dirt. They then arise the following day, the vampire spawn. And that's what happened to Thomas, apparently. Horrifying to think, almost being buried alive. Let's go to Soar. Unless Exodus wants to say anything else.
I'm good.
Soar is in his room. Nice. Have you ever been in a nice, inn room? It's not like the quarters of the castle of Whitehaven, which you guys were in before. It's just some common inn. But it's better than nothing. A lot of commotion has been stirred up, and a werewolf statue is laying by a fireplace below. What are you thinking about, Sora?
I'm thinking about what was going on in that bank, the Iron Links. I don't think I've heard anything yet about them talk about Thomas Vigil, have I?
The Iron Links are the merchant guild that runs the slave trade in Stormbrook and throughout across the sea. I think it's called the Fovalone Sea, south to Husad, and maybe the Samarkand, but the rumors are true, Sor. The sailors have been talking about it all week. The Genie King and his army have sacked sacked Samarkand, which is one of the city-states within Vagrax, the southern continent, south of Orin.
I'd also be thinking about my father and how he talked ill of his brothers. And just kind of sigh and try to get some sleep.
You've heard about the rumor about 9 genies that have lived. Is it true that Rizu is one of these genies. The genie king of Husad. Let's go to Korgath / Apollo. Let's start off with Korgak. What is Korgak doing?
You're muted.
I mean, he's petrified, so nothing at all.
What is it like to be petrified? Is it just like he's totally frozen in time and space? His brain?
As far as I'm
freezes?
aware, the moment he comes awake, he's still gonna think he's in a hostile situation.
Yeah.
So right now he's frozen mid-combat, mid-fight,
Man,
heart
still
still
on initiative.
mid-pound, adrenaline still in his veins, as he's just
What is Apollo? You have a nice room. You showed some flare
Oh,
up
yes.
your magic. Your pixie is in there recording.
immediately clap clap. The clothes change to a nightgown. As I will sit down upon the bed, close my eyes, and commune with my archfang.
Who are you trying to talk to?
My patron. I have yet to name them,
Okay.
as I was leaving that in your hands. But I will
Okay.
just say, honestly, this plane is more drivel than I had ever thought it would be. I don't know why you sent me here to record it.
They're a little more stubborn than I thought.
They are, but entertaining if nothing else.
They will serve us well.
They will.
Is there
I
anything else you want
cannot
us?
wait to return to the Feywild,
I miss you.
as are you, oh mentor. Now, time for some rest. Trixie dear, wrap it up for me. Don't worry so much. You don't have to finish that chapter tonight. Now, as I will lay down in bed, and I will have my little pixie perch up on the pillow, let her tuck her in with like a little blanket that I had custom made, little pillow, and just carefully dust the face, and then go to sleep.
Does she sprinkle like a little pixie on your head, and it's like makes you fall sleepy easier?
Oh yes.
Cute,
As she
little
is humming a
sparkles.
lullaby in my ear. Oh yeah.
What type
little
of
Trixie,
sparkles
my
does she
wonderful-
emit? What color?
I'm going to, as it's Feywild, probably some form of green, an assortment of light and dark greens.
Well, it's been a day, guys. Arno has landed in the western part of Warren with Adeline. As he's transformed into a giant hawk, he arrives outside the grave of his dead wife. What is the tomb of Arno's, or what is the grave of Arno's wife looks like?
At the base is a sketch carved into the stone, a pile of books. And it's a rather small grave, because they are a rather small people. And written on it in homage is birth date, death date, name, and a small bit of text saying, she was a studious woman, but no amount of study could forsake her. May she rest in peace.
You didn't do it in the Arno voice.
No, because this is not him reading aloud,
Okay.
as he is just currently kneeling in front of it, just sad.
We're here, Adeline says.
I'm aware.
Are you going to try?
I must. I will pull the finger.
You pull the finger.
I'll activate. Press it to the ground and feel for the body of my bride. The earth.
You take one of the necrotic fingers, maybe from the hand of the mouthless one. At least that's what the tablets were saying that Ian Parnish had. as you see the joints of the finger filled with necrotic energy. They begin to hum and glow. As you begin to try to bring back your long lost dead wife. You need to roll a d20. A straight d20 roll. It has to be very high. Or more powerful magic will be required to bring back Arno's wife. Annaline sees it, the thing glows. Adeline looks at you. What's wrong?
No. It's failing. I can feel it failing. No, no, no!
But
No.
we saw Ian come alive with it. What's wrong?
We need more powerful magics. We need stronger magics.
Make an Arcana roll.
I gotta open Arno's sheet.
Well, you can just make a d20 roll. I think he has probably like a +9 to the roll.
He has +8. Well, that's a natural 2, but a 10, so
Okay. Not high enough to uncover.
He's a bit out of it right now. He's just grieving.
It'll be okay. You can take the book and...
Yes, we'll have to find more information.
Eh.
Come, we can check the ruins of libraries.
It's okay. She puts her hands on you and she kind of comforts you over the grave of your dead wife. Written in Gnomish.
I feel old. Too old.
This is what I'm going to do. We have these things called factions in the game. And these factions will interact with the world in a certain way. And I'm trying to think how the rules will do it. As Rizu has a finger himself, Arno has 2. Rizu has a bit of Arno. I will roll a d20 as Rizu could find Arno. I roll a natural 1 for now. So Rizu has suffered some major setback within his part of the world of Vagrax at the time being. These rolls will be made something like once a week, I'm thinking. Something like that. So they're not like every day. But a roll of a 1, he has to have 3 successes to do something against Arno. And Arno also makes rolls on his own to become a lich. Making it more difficult for Rizu to either kill him or whatever, right? Again, I'm thinking we'll make these rolls once a week. It's a skill challenge. It takes 3 successful rolls to accomplish a particular goal a faction might have.
I'll keep that in mind.
The cult, which Exodin has been in contact with, is also looking for the fingers. I roll for them as well. Interesting.
We'll have to see how this plays out.
And another faction we have yet to meet. We guys wake up the next day. The birds are chirping. I'll adjust our timer here. And everybody rolls a hit dice of their choice. This hit dice is given temporary hit points to you because you rest in an inn. Cool.
I forget what my hit dice is. What is it?
It depends on whatever class you want to use, depending on your multi-class. So for Azul, it would be a D10. Exodus, it's a D12. Apollo, I think it's a D8 for a bard. And Sor, I think it's... Now, Sor, we buffed monks. Monks have a D10 hit dice.
Okay.
Yeah, only barbarian gets
One.
D12.
Yes, that's correct.
Can we do a long rest?
We do a long rest.
You don't recover full HP in a long rest, though.
You do recover. This is considered accident. This is one of the rare situations because you guys very rarely rest in an inn or a safe place. This would be also something similar to like Morcadian's Magnificent Mansion. If you were out adventuring this is where these spells like would work too as well, because you're in a very safe like pocket dimension where a creature essentially depends, right? It depends on what's happening, but this temporary hit points thing is just a cool thing. You regain all your hit dice, all your hit points, and you remove 1 stack of exhaustion. I don't think anybody had stacks of exhaustion, did they? Okay. The next day is set, guys. It is early in the morning.
Oh, no, Sword did.
I did.
I'm sorry, what?
I had a stack of exhaustion.
It goes away, right? Just 1 stack?
Yep.
Okay.
I only have...
Well, I don't want to clarify more rules in regards to that, but you guys can use medicine rolls to assist in removing additional stacks. We've done that in this game in the past. The DC for that is 15 plus the level of exhaustion that the player has, so it is pretty high. But you guys are also the legendary Dark Divide. It's the next morning. You guys are down eating some nice breakfast.
Oh, I'm not. It takes me a solid hour to get ready. I have to do the brushing of hair, dust the face, do the makeup.
I'll add. You guys are waiting for Apollo to come down, but what is Azul, Exodus, and Sor talking about in the morning? What do you guys want to do? Where are we going?
Excellent. If we're going to make him human again, how are we going about doing that?
The statue's still there?
Oh, yeah.
First, we're going to get Korgak back to normal and help him out of the city. Then we shall decide in the meantime what to do about Thomas Vigil.
Okay. Do you want to take him to the church where we have more influence, or to the shop where it might cost more?
I would rather go to the shop and take care of it ourselves in a back alley than have a werewolf appear in the middle of a church.
All right.
Thank you, Vixen. I did not think of that.
Coming downstairs, late as always, is Apollo.
Well,
Fashionably
it seems
late,
you all
of course.
had. Of course. I have to get ready after all. Trixie! Of course, flitting behind me, the sound of a bell. Now, what is the plan for today?
I just point at the statue.
You're actually seeking to get him back.
Yeah.
By all means, more power to you.
Does this bore you?
Perhaps. But a
Good.
story is a story.
Are you all ready to go?
I had a question. What is the deal with Thomas Vigil?
Yeah.
Who's this Thomas Vigil?
I say we should hold off on that till later. Right, Exodus?
I do believe I sense a story here.
Let's get a time. And I'll go over to Korgat's statue, wrap the rope around it, and gently put it back on my back.
I hold the door open for him. Wait, get him in.
I'm standing behind Exodus with my arms out in case he falls.
You guys carefully try to take Korgak out through the front door. Roll your athletics check right now, which would be Azul and Exodus.
Excellent.
Before I'm good.
24.
Azul rolls, so if you rolled some natural 1.
11.
Don't help me.
And you guys are carrying Azul to the merchant shop of Rashad Al Hamid, correct?
Yeah.
You guys remember the name of this place?
Oh no, I don't remember. I only remember Rashad.
Just remember the character, right? Rashad
Yeah.
Al Hamid, there he is. I'm gonna add
I
some
love
time.
Rashad.
I'm gonna say it is. We wait for a little bit. I'm gonna say they open up probably at 8 o'clock. As the little chimes go off as you come in with the giant statue. Let me load up the. Oh, I think it's called the Shaking Boulder.
Shaking boulder.
Yeah, here it is. I think this is it.
Interesting.
I have like the bubbles of like the music. You know, I'm sorry, the magic shop going on. My friend, you've come back. How is the armor working for you?
It's doing the job.
Is that a blood spot I see?
Perhaps.
Doing its job very well indeed. How may I help you, Dr. Vine? Oh, I see you're
Well,
missing a few
okay.
friends. Where did they go?
Don't worry about them.
Oh, okay.
We're looking for a scroll. What is it? True.
You're looking for a scroll of greater restoration?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Roll a
You
d20.
even cast it.
Can everybody commit their D20 to looking for it if they're willing?
This is how we do
I mean,
rolls at the
I
magic
could just
shop.
go up. Through.
You ask for an item, right? If they have it in stock, you roll a d20. You have to roll 15 or higher. It's a straight roll, right? If you
Yeah.
don't roll that 15 or higher, then the scroll isn't in. Exodus makes his d20 roll first, I guess.
Somebody else commit.
Fuck
Is
it,
anybody
I'll
else-
commit. I'll
Yeah.
commit with just because the one says overdone.
I mean, if you don't want to,
so.
a character that don't. Just,
The scroll's
I've
going
been
to
pretty
cost
adamant about-
800 gold at least.
Nope.
Azul, wait,
My
you gonna roll?
turn.
Anybody else going to roll? This is like your
I
chance
will.
to get a
Nope.
magical
It's a
item.
9.
Unfortunately, it's not high enough. And then Apollo.
I mean, I could, but I don't really. Are you sure you don't? I'll roll. Are you sure you don't have any good restorations for me?
You think? Are you going to roll?
I'll roll.
Roll Apollo?
Nope.
son of a bitch.
Unfortunately, I don't have that scroll in. Our stocks have gone quite dry because of the quarantine. But thank
Oh,
the
that's a
heavens, Thomas
shame.
Vigil is not already even sworn in as our new king, and the quarantine has been lifted, and now the trade can resume.
Excellent. That sounds wonderful.
Apollo, you think to yourself, you maybe do know someone who could remove it. Right?
Perhaps. Do I want to, though? I don't see a reason to.
Okay. It's a beautiful statue, though. I could hold on to it for you.
I don't believe it's a statue, dear sir. I believe it's a person.
He goes up and like touches the palm of it. You know, with those like little pudgy hands.
He touches the broken toe.
He's like, oh, it's already damaged. He looks down at the broken toe. Oh, that'll be a markdown.
Well,
How much of a markdown?
it is a person, not a statue.
Are we haggling?
As far as I am aware, this is a werewolf, not a statue.
It's a
Merely petrified.
So lifelike in its design and its make. Could this
Well,
be
it's
what I
a
think it is?
petrified.
He says, and he looks that slyly over at Exodus. You sly dog.
Well, this has been quite a waste of time.
Apologies.
You think him the
just-
sly dog?
I'm sorry, everyone, but we just don't have all these scrolls just lying about.
Come. Let's
Be
get out of here.
the church.
Although, you wouldn't happen to have any musical songs, would you?
I don't
I've been in
know.
need of a few new replacements for my
Songs?
songs. You know, music players.
I don't know. So you already used your roll, right? You can't roll.
Oh yeah,
for
no.
it?
This is just me making banter.
He comes over and he's like, "Come this way." He like puts his hand like gently
Of
across your back.
course.
you know, and
As I will do the same to him. And
yes.
Rashad
I am just
Two peas in a
bantering right
pod.
now.
It takes you over to like the bubbling where. Roll a d6 Apollo.
Right. A d6. A 1.
I have this single healing potion. It
Really?
costs 60 gold, though. Is this out of your
Can't
price
lower that for
range?
me. No, not at all. But sure, you can't lower it for me.
Make a persuasion roll.
You gave me my specialty, good sir.
It is what it is. I roll an opposing roll.
23.
12? Jesus.
Well,
And I have. Let me just real quick explain an ability I have that is wonderful. Features and traits. Silver Tongue. When you make a Charisma Persuasion or Charisma Deception check, you can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10. So the minimum I can roll is a 22.
Yeah, this is the same thing Evie has, too.
Unless it is a natural 1. In which case, I'm going to treat that as a failure.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
wow. That is...
So, you roll a 23. I roll an opposing roll to try to counter you. I roll just a dirty 13. He says 55.
Oh dear, I'll leave 55, and I'll even throw in a little something extra. As I will pay 55 gold, and I will also give him a signed drawing that Trixie has made of me.
Impressive. If you do become famous, I'll have this framed and put up.
Wouldn't be surprised if he's already famous.
Oh, he is a little bit. He's a changeling. He can be anyone. Which, of note, I am memorizing his appearance for later.
Yes, you know his appearance.
Perfect.
He hands you you use the 55 gold, and you get a lesser healing potion right out of it,
Bet.
or a minor healing potion. Right, the same thing in your D&D. What do you guys do? Exit in. This path has come up dry.
I'm
I
just...
hope to avoid it. It's the only option that's left for today.
Well, shall we? Come along. Bring the statue for me, Willie.
Oh, pardon me.
Come
He
along.
goes off to another customer.
And I'm going to lead them out into some form of alleyway.
You guys leave and go into the streets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come along. And I'll lead them towards an alleyway.
You guys go outside. You guys are in an alleyway somewhere. Did we leave Korgath there, or are we taking him with
No,
us?
I'm taking it. I'm taking it with him.
Korgath comes with us.
Place the statue down. Now, what are you willing to give for the sake of this friend?
I look at my bag of holding. 60 gold. 60.
I have something extraordinary someone like you needs.
I don't want gold. See, you get it, don't you, dear boy?
I understand perfectly. I pull out Heward's handy spice pouch.
Some drugs.
And what is this?
I jam my hand into it and I pull out cilantro.
Oh my god.
I am going to gently cup your face and just kiss your port and say, "You are adorable, dear boy."
I put my hand in again, but this time I pull out pepper.
As much as I would love as many spices as I could require, the deal is not for me.
I'm familiar with a transaction not using
A
gold.
transaction, of course. Do you want him free? Or
What is
pure?
your price?
Oh, it's not my price. It's my patrons. What are you willing to give?
What is your patron like?
That Couldn't I just ask him? What would it cost, oh dear patron mine, to cure such insignificant mortals?
Not the
Or not.
responsive type, I see. Well, I see.
There's
I've
a
wasted
very
my time
long,
twice.
curious pause.
They must be on call.
It must be.
Excellent. I'm suggesting it again. Church is applicable to...
I thought you were about to say, I'm suggesting it again. We could just sell him.
Oh, I was about to punch your face through the wall.
The church is amiable? Fuck, I can't get that word right. Amiable?
Amicable?
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna look at the statue. Just walk up there. Just...
Amiable to helping us.
The statue looks back at you like this.
What do you make of it? As I'm just gonna start conversing softly back and forth with Pixie.
I suppose they owe me.
Mentally, because I have telepathy with her.
Exodin, let me just clarify. Thomas Vigil is going to be coronated as king pretty much automatically tonight at 7 p.m.
Yeah. Hey, we killed a king when he was a king before.
We're going to try to kill Thomas Vigil now.
Oh god,
No,
I saw that
but I
vibe.
mean that might be an option,
Okay.
depending on what Larian's doing. But yeah, right now, focusing on the smaller thing, get Korgath cured, and then we can focus on that. But yeah, I'm assuming it's still like what, 10 a.m.
It's pretty early still. It's like 8 a.m.
Okay, yeah. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna pick up Korgath and start taking him to Church of Madel.
Okay. Take up Korgath and we're walking to the Church of Madel, correct? Azul, are we going to the Church of Madel or what's going on?
I want to go with him. Yes.
You want to go with him? This is the same guy who tried to have you kill some guards.
Is he gonna kill a priest too?
My side of selling this thing, I just have to make him believe that there's nothing he can do. Maybe if I fuck with whatever ritual is going to happen, there'll be nothing he can do, and he's more amicable to sell the statue. That's an option.
We're going to the Temple District.
Yep.
We walk our way there with the statue. Every time we move the statue, I'm going to say, just through the crowd, like some random guy could just like, I mean, they're trying to like prevent it, but it gets heavy, you know? It just gets heavy a little bit. You're like, oh, I could just release it a little bit. That's your D20 roll. Both of you guys need to roll D20 rolls. Otherwise, you might drop it, and depending on how bad the roll is, we might, break something.
Yep.
6.
Accident. Azul's getting kind of weak carrying this thing around. It's got to be like solid stone, so it's got to be at least like 300 pounds. Maybe
I
350.
don't know how heavy this orc was before he was
He was
alive.
pretty
Right
fucking
now,
big.
he's more than 300 pounds.
He's probably like 350, 400 pounds. Obviously, accident carrying him, it's like makes you fully, and I'm gonna say heavily encumbered. Your speed drops to 10. Same with Azul. And of course, if you drop him, but say like some guy, just like assassin, comes up and it shanks you, you're gonna drop him.
You know
might
what?
shatter, right?
Just
Like,
to
I'm
make sure,
throwing that
just
out
to
there.
make us not have to roll every time, I'm going to use my class ability to cast Levitate on it, so we can just kind of pull it along.
Oh,
I
there
like
we go.
that. You cast Levitate on it, and it's just easily like able to float across now. People are walking in amazement, and they're like, you just hear a few of the commoners say, "That's accident. He's the great paladin of Metal." And then you hear a few other people say, "Is that Azul? He's He's part of the Dark Divide. So you hear these
I wait for them to say my name in recognition for some reason.
They don't say. They don't say Apollo's name though. Of course. I'm gonna have Apollo roll a d20 to determine if his fame has reached to the lands of Stormbrook.
I'll be damned. Hell yeah.
And that is Apollo.
Not bad.
Apollo, is he a part of the Dark Divide?
As I just bow and I'm immediately taking out a piece of paper. Come on, come on. And just
Thor
signing
feels
autographs.
disappointed in himself for
You
not
see
being
a few
recognized.
children like smiling up at you, Apollo.
Give him a little wink.
One like kind of younger boy comes up. He's like, "You must be a fan." He asks for your autograph.
No, I'm giving it
Mister,
willingly.
can
Come
I get
along.
this?
Of course, dear boy. If you would fix it, pen, please. Thank you very much.
You'll hear
There
Sora
you are.
whisper under his breath. Someone like me should be recognized in a place called Stormbrook.
I'm gonna keep this under my pillow.
He looks over at Sora. He just like looks back at the paper and like walks off.
I'm gonna,
Wow.
while we're walking to the church, I'm gonna be doing little lightning tricks. Trying to boost my fame a bit.
Well, I wonder if
I mean,
the
I have
people
literally a
around us-
pixie by my side, so.
I might have
Cool.
to kill that.
I mean, you could try. I could just summon it back every time.
Pretty cool. Give me a second. I'm going to re-describe the temple district. The marble-clad ruins raised during the Great War may have once been dedicated temples of major gods of men and elves. Now, it contains tiny shrines to 100 of lesser ones. Ruined walls, crudely built by the squalid of the square complex. Along the ruins, alcoves, some decorated in frescoes of gods, each big enough to contain a table, stacked with saleable replicas of holy relics that are now empty or pillaged, maybe long ago. So there's these like alcoves where people have set up like these shopkeepers to set up like replicas of things maybe, but like there used to be maybe holy artifacts here, you know, put in these alcoves. They're replaced by flowers or colored rocks or copper coins. They are collected by the clergy every night. A preacher nearby says, "You're going to damnation!" As he spits out a fiery sermon to a few common folk, while one alcove and another, two worshippers are sitting cross-legged, lost in meditation. In front and center of the square is a prominent arch of metal. His arch angel wings outstretched with welcoming hands. He beckons the curious, helpless, or sick up across the steps. Below the archway begins the time-ravaged stone. There's a foundation beneath it exiting, possibly predating the temple itself. Dozens of steps lead upward to the Temple of Metal as you're dragging this poor statue around town, or now being levitated. Levitation only lasts for 10 minutes, though, correct?
I forget. It is... Yeah, concentration up to 10 minutes.
So you're able to carry it this far without a skill check, but now it drops. You guys catch it right before the steps of Metal. Both roll a d20 now, though, because the offset of the... Well, I'm assuming... Actually, don't know. You don't need to roll. Sword knows the concentration's about to end, and you guys are able to prepare yourself and begin lifting like two furniture men, like two guys in a truck. Two adventurers and the disc. What do you do? Do you go inside accident?
Yeah, I'll go find the priest. No.
Let's pull up the bishop. Bishop Ula is in here.
So you guys can go in. I'm gonna go talk to that guy preaching about going to damnation. I want to know what he's thinking.
You want to go talk to the preacher of damnation?
Yeah. I want to
Okay.
see. I want to break him.
It's a badass name. Preacher of Damnation.
They can do their thing. I'm just gonna go do that. So I don't have to force my two characters to interact. I can do it. It's just not fun.
Chanting and singing in the common hall, Altonito, lashes of leather straps of penance can be heard from those seeking repentance of their own wrongdoing. You know, these leather straps are going across their back.
I just love that comment.
Polished white marble, veined with obsidian, erected by magic, lays the foundation of this once raised temple. Murmurs and whispers faintly heard as you enter the large steps and the shinks of your armor exit in. The common folk stand in awe of the blue dragon pool.
I find the bishop.
The Bishop Ula. Did I link it to you guys? I did.
Yep.
Awesome.
Ridiculous.
You've returned, Exodus?
Had a change of plans. I'm gonna need your help for one thing here, and I'll see what I can do
What a
about
beautiful song.
Thomas Bigelow.
You gave me the book. I put it in the study. Did you plan to kill the vampire?
I haven't decided what to do yet.
I thought you were
However,
leaving.
I'm not going to leave just yet. I
By
need
the
your help to deal with a. What's the spell called again? True or greater restoration? Right. Are any of you capable of greater restoration?
The temple was raised during the Great War. We were able to keep only some of the relics from long ago, but maybe we have something like this.
Roll a d20. You have to roll a natural 20.
Oh, man.
Fuck!
There's no way.
This temple was rebuilt by you before. It was just like a pile of fucking rubble.
Just rolled off the 20.
That is why Mythal sent us you, Lord Exodus, champion of Mythal. Save us.
As like they like check and like they said we don't got it. So it was
What if
like
you wish to
Looks past Azul and looks at Exodus. He looks at Exodus.
you wish to unpetrify that beast?
Precisely.
We should burn it in holy fire.
Oh,
Exodus.
Should we destroy this creature? This is evil.
And what makes you think it's evil?
Creatures
I
like
mean, to
this
be fair-
only serve the darkness.
they are also like, serving a god of forgiveness, but like, I'm just saying.
If you are not going to be of assistance to me, then I have wasted a great deal of time already.
There is rumored to be a spring nearby, but it had lost its power long ago. It was rumored that it could heal the sick, but the powers, the darkness came and destroyed everything.
She like bows her head.
And now we are to be ruled by some vampire. The darkness never ends.
Well, I don't have time for this spring. Can you do me a favor and keep the statue here? Use it as a decoration and keep it together. If I find it burned, destroyed, or dismantled, and will be very cross.
Let me pray. Give me a minute to think about this.
She walks off to like the altar to go pray for a minute. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna just stand back and wait.
I was really hoping they would have something.
Talk about that nature guy.
Sor, a little bit of the history is like there was a great war where apparently the darkness came and destroyed, most of the cities of men, especially in Orin. And like all the temples here were leveled. Exodin donated 2,000 gold or more to rebuild this thing.
Yeah, my father told me about all the Great War, so I know about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know about the temple.
I'm gonna load up the temple map.
A lot of these temples were demolished by the orcs.
Just so
Can't
you
go
guys can check
anywhere
it out.
without them ruining something.
Our
Man,
generous
they're gonna be really upset when I come back.
you contributed to the refurbishment of Temple of Mythos.
One of the other servants comes up to you and says, "Do you need this?" It's like a lash.
Oh, no.
Are you seeking
But-
forgiveness?
I have nothing to be forgiven. All my deeds are squared away by Mythos.
We are not all without sin. I'm gonna go outside to Apollo.
I'm sorry, a
Apollo-
lash?
Apollo, yes, the laughter continues. Apollo's outside. He is listening to the preacher. And you will be stricken to damnation.
Really? Damnation.
Yes.
Tell me more, please. Tell
You're
me
a
more.
non-believer.
No. Trust me. Tell me more. What do you believe damnation is?
Those who serve the dark.
Well, that is not damnation, dear sir.
It is rumored that this temple was paid with the blood of debt, blood money.
Is all money not blood money? Is all money not blood money?
That's the farmers, the tillers, the cobblers. These people pay with their hard labor. You look like a harlot.
A harlot? Tell me, what do you think damnation really is?
He just stares back at you fiercely.
That's not hell. That's not damnation at all. Damnation is a dark forest where your dad opens his ribcage and invites you to dance.
You're truly wicked. And
You
full
know that
of sin.
reference?
Yeah.
Oh, most certainly. As I will grin and let little horns begin to protrude from my hair.
Demon! The other commoners are like, Demon!
They fade. They fade as I just. What are you going on about?
This is evil witchcraft.
I'm
No,
not
it's
demon
just
at all.
witchcraft.
Just witchcraft.
What are you?
I can tell you this much. Your little damnation has nothing. Truly, you have no reason to be afraid. What's the worst that can happen to you? You die. That's nothing.
I serve
Nothing
the
at
goddess
all.
of wonders. Who do you serve? Demon?
And yet you haven't even seen half of the wonders that exist. Ah. Oh, this is marvelous.
I do not need to witness all the sin you have seen to see the world.
I don't need. Well, which world are you talking about?
This world.
There are plenty more than just the one.
I'm gonna go back to the inside group as Apollo and
I'm
Miss
just
Crazy
heckling him for the next like 20 minutes.
Yes,
I'm just going to
he's
make him
thoroughly
so
heckled.
upset.
He's being
Heckling
thoroughly
your
heckled.
priest.
The priest
Yes,
comes back.
I am heckling the street fucking preacher.
The bishop, which is a gnomish woman. She stands about 3.5 feet tall. She wears a hempen gown and brambly pauldrons. As she approaches you back, she has an iron scepter that hangs at her hip. Horus and Lycan. With a steady hand, she lightly touches a talisman as she approaches, hanging about her neck.
May Mito's mercy be upon you, Lord Exton. I have spoken with Mito, and why, I will do this. I will hold this creature of damnation here. But you must be coronated. And he wishes for you to start the Lancers of Glory, the Holy Order of Knights, to carry out his will.
Get fucked.
She's like touching her like little thing.
Let me get this straight. You doubt my judgment of evil or damnation.
Yes,
And
you
now
let a
claim-
vampire roam amongst our midst. That's what you said. Mito would never want this.
Well, then Matel can handle it himself.
You're like, you hear like the lashes going on.
I will do what I can to serve Matel within reason. And walking into a vampire's lair is not reasonable.
That.
Would you not agree?
I
I am no hero like you and the Dark Divide.
She looks over at the sore.
She says, it is too dangerous. But that's why we need you.
And I will do what I can. Now, this creature behind me that is petrified is not of evil or damnation. It is just another person who I am responsible for in its current state.
Make a insight or a persuasion roll.
I do insight too because I'm there.
You can do insight, yes.
What about me?
Well, you're not saying anything. What are you doing?
I'm mostly just eyeing them up.
Make an insight roll. Azul makes an insight roll with a +9.
26.
I'm gonna roll a d20 on her.
Got an 11.
Sor, you're just listening to this. This is all like foreign to you. Sor, what god do you believe in?
Oh, I had one in mind. I forget. It was something about, I think it was like the god of seasons or something.
Botun?
Yeah, Botun.
Interesting. Azul, you get the sense that like she's just kind of like Exodin, convinces her, but Azul, you get the feeling that she's just kind of like making shit up. That she's just coming back, right? She's just the way her like inflections, her like pauses, the stammers. You don't know if she's like even talking to anybody. She's just like trying to do her own thing.
I like her.
Exodin, she feels a little intimidated by Exodin. She says,
Yes, Lord Exton.
Go easy on her, accident.
she doesn't look at you as she like bows her head.
I'm sure, like a good young lad, she will do it as she is told and protect what needs to be protected here. I give her a wink. quick wink.
She kind of just like, I guess, I don't know. She's just like,
Excellent. We have bigger things to worry about. They don't have a relic here. None of them can cast the spell we need. We need to do other things. We have to take care of Thomas.
I agree. Which is why we're going to move the statue in storage and think of what to do.
Say that again? I couldn't hear that one.
Oh,
Break it up a little
so
bit.
put the statue into the. Does the church have a storage area?
I'm looking in the church right now. Move the models around. Yeah, I mean, there's got to be like a storage area. It's actually kind of like there is a storage area back here. It looks like a place where they would put relics and stuff. This whole place has got the feeling of like the Pantheon. You know, it's very open. The steps are here, and you can walk up, and there's the the statue of Meetle. It's very opening and welcoming.
Little alcoves to slap your back,
Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna move the statue into some storage area of the temple.
Yeah.
Broom closet.
Where
Back to the broom closet.
In the back of a broom closet.
It's moved into this room right here, out of the way.
I don't see what this is.
I know. I'm just doing it on
I
my
trust
map.
it.
Yeah, it's just back there, exactly wherever.
Okay.
Thank you for who's doing that.
I gotcha.
Do you guys like the map? It's pretty cool, huh?
It is really cool.
Yes.
This was built by a pro map maker.
Very
I added the archway though
Okay.
with Meetle. Are we leaving Exodus? Where are we going? What are we doing? Or what are we doing, Azul? As you've thought to yourself, Exodus has now led you into 2 dead ends.
I want to talk to Exodus and see what the plan is, and then I'll decide what we're gonna do.
Are we walking outside the temple? The statue appears to be
Yeah.
safely stored away.
Alright. Yeah, I'll walk out of the temple then.
This
Okay.
is upsetting.
I am visibly off to one side talking to this priest, just haggling.
You will go to damnation!
I believe it. That's most certain. But the question is, will you be?
You see just Apollo like heckling the preacher as you guys approach him. What do you guys do?
We're finished here for now. We have some plans to conjure.
It's a shame knowing the city has what we need.
I can hear you.
There is always more options, I swear.
We could figure something after.
Of course, you could always get a card and go see a god, but that's another thing.
Well,
Which I'm very pointedly saying this in front of that.
I'll
priest
recap
there.
a few options that you guys have to do, right? As we've kind of like hit maybe a roadblock, as far as bringing Korvagat back. Number 1, we have the Temple of Emos, which is to the north, which could act as a base of operation. Inside of the Temple of Emos, there's like a teleporter, right? Where maybe Apollo could use it, or another member of the party could activate its magic. Any magic caster could try to activate it to travel to any place, at least one way. And it depends on what you guys do at the other end. Maybe you could set up another teleporter circle. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas at you. Number 2, Apollo said he wants to travel to the Whispering Volcanoes, which is to the northeast.
Which is actually very close to Emo's temple.
I don't know how close it is, but it's a few days away.
It's like right next to it on the map.
Within the mountains.
It's in the mountains there to the northeast, yes. Where apparently he was given a message to deliver to the Dark Divide to acquire something, where he needs help with something. Which is strange. What could a god need with mortals' help? Right? There's also the dragon. Azul looks down at his bow. He still senses the dragon. The dragon is south, maybe in the sea somewhere. As you looked into this, over the bay, right of Stormbrook, you probably need a boat and a way to breathe underwater or something to go find it. There's also Husad, which is where the Genie King is, who has one of the fingers. There's also Arno out there who has 2 other the fingers. There's a lot of stuff you guys can do. What do you guys want to do? Oh, there's also Alarian, and just seeing Thomas Vigil coronated, accident, you can assume that Alarian will probably be there in some regard to make sure everything goes according to plan.
I would be most fortunate.
I mean, you can assume that,
Only
right?
time she'd be out of her lair.
What?
What do you all wish to do? I'm merely here to tell your story. I'm not here to guide
You guys are in the Temple District. People are just praying to whatever gods they believe in.
you.
Get
Merely
through
a
the fucking
witness.
day.
I have a suggestion, excellent.
Speaking of, Trixie, could you note down the several back-to-back failures and dead ends? I need to make sure that's very obvious in play. As I just send a grid in your way, excellent.
We could go into Castle Whitestone through the secret entrance that we know of. Possibly do the ritual on Thomas Wiggle, and then once he is cured, he could possibly help us attack Alarian with the guards of the castle. Be a
What
surprise,
is this ritual?
for sure.
Assuming we don't kill him, since Valerian's still alive, and have the guards turn on us.
That's what I had to explain afterwards. I don't know, excellent. I'm spitballing here.
We could take another gamble. Valerian may make herself present at the coronation, and she would be the most vulnerable at this point. However, we would need at least some guards on our side, and so we would tell them
Do you not have a
exactly
bunch
what's
of
happening.
priests that wish to assist you?
They were just reformed. They have very little of force.
You guys are in some steep shit, aren't you?
Well, I know I, for one, would adore the chance to attend the coronation.
How does this ritual work?
I forgot.
There's 2 types of rituals to actually break the hold over Thomas Vigil. Number 1 is if you kill Alarian, there's just a chance that her vampire spawn revert. Right? As the blood connection or the blood kiss between them is reverted. You can also capture Thomas Vigil without Alarian being dead, but there's more risk. We make
You could
several
kill him.
rolls. Exactly. We make several rolls to try to break the curse
The
over.
safest move is to, well, out of character. The safest move is to do kill Alarian first, then break the hold. Make sure everything's broken. But we'll see.
Who here knows something about like that? Does anybody know anything about vampires though, like undead and things like that?
I don't think they have vampires and undead in the Feywild very much, so not really.
What about you, Sor?
Most I would know is tales my father told me. Nothing like really in depth.
I would
What's the
know
common teaching?
very little, but I would know some, as my family guard the forest against undead threats at times, but not much.
We'll have everybody make a history roll, DC 25.
That's how long.
Yeah, even
Does
if
a
I
nat
got
20
nat
count?
20, I'd still fail this.
A natural 20 will work.
All right.
Ooh.
17. Not gonna make it.
18.
DC was 25.
Well,
You guys think you could beat
Seems
Dracula?
you're on board for the coronation.
I mean, I would adore the chance to attend. I mean, I am quite the face. If you can point out Valerian to me, I know at the very least I can keep her busy.
Oh, surely easy to point out.
Good.
So,
Man. Which is
I'll
I'm on
have you
board for
know,
the
I am
coronation.
quite charming, and I can, in fact, I could if I wished. If you can, well, let's not give away too much yet.
Azul.
I'm up for a party.
Then party we shall. I'll need to go get outfits and clothing.
Hold on.
Oh wait, no, I won't.
Exodus, were you there for the wedding of King Ian Parnish?
No. Oh wait, yes. Yeah, I was. I was with Evie.
You see the pastor come up to you, the guy who served Yagi, the god of wine. There's a preacher that served the god of wine.
The drunk
Hey,
guy.
there he is! I knew I'd see him once again. Yeah, there he is.
I
He
love
comes
him. I
up with
love him.
like a fucking bug, like a thing of mug of beer. He's like, "It's always 5 o'clock somewhere."
Indeed, that is true, good
Look.
sir.
I mean, it is only 8 o'clock, and I'm just, buzzing. What about you,
How
Potter?
long have you been awake?
Better to be buzzing like a bee.
It's a shame, we got those two hitched up the other day, but, they both died apparently, but shit happens. That's why you gotta drink it away and piss it out all while you can before, the shit comes for you.
What happened?
That's
Did
what
I hear
Yagi
a
always
story?
says.
Who are you, dear sir?
Well, I'm the Bishop that serves Yagi. I forgot his fucking name. I'm Father John.
No, it's Father Thomas.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is. I
Is
got
it?
it written down the notes. It's Father Thomas.
I'm Father Thomas.
I love him. I love him. No, it's okay. We'll just say he was so drunk he couldn't remember his own name.
Yeah, I thought it was John, but it just depends on who I'm talking to.
Father Thomas, quite a pleasure to meet you.
Who are your buddies?
Wow.
Who are your drinking
them very
buddies?
well. My drinking buddies. Ha! Well, unfortunately, they aren't present. They're a bit indisposed at the moment.
Well,
My
damn
previous
shame
drinking
what happened
buddies
to
was
her.
a satyr.
He starts pouring
There
out the
was a
drink,
satyr.
for the dead king and queen. Damn
The
shame.
satyr. Who did I use? There was the satyr, the pixie. They were quite wonderful to drink with. The pixie could hold her ale exceptionally well. You'd be surprised for someone so small they can drink you under the table.
Probably.
Hmm.
Sounds like
Well.
you get more high than me. So it's,
I just give a
the fuck
wink.
is that? He points to your fucking pixie.
Oh, this is my assistant, Trixie. Trixie, come along.
He looks down at the cup and the mug. He's like, "Fuck, I have been drinking too much."
Accidentally rolled there.
Well,
Perhaps you have.
You guys know where to find me. He points to a fucking
Would you,
hovel, right over
Would you
there.
like something? Would you like a gift?
Of course.
A little something I brought from home. I'll pull out a singular mushroom.
A mushroom.
Oh boy.
Wow, he eats it right away.
He's gonna be tripping for days. At the very least, a couple hours.
I gotta go sit down.
Good luck, dear friend.
I'll see you guys later. See you later, buddy. He waves to accident. As Father Thomas stumbles off and collapses near his little hovel area.
I'm just gonna pull out a pipe and just start pushing.
I can't even imagine being that drunk. I really can't handle that shit.
That was not alcohol, my friend.
Well, at least you got rid of him, and in that, I'm appreciative.
He was entertaining, at least.
So,
Now
are we
for the
attending
plan.
the coronation?
Apollo seems quite skilled.
Do I need to go get an invite? We'll have to coordinate with the people at the house.
Is the coronation like for everyone to like show up and like celebrate, or is it like only like the elites get to go in?
It's definitely
I mean,
something
we're gonna get
where
an invite.
it's definitely something where if you wanted to attend, like you guys are already like an ally of the Scarlet Wolves, right? You guys helped Thomas get on the throne because you guys killed King Ian Parnas.
And I'm just famous.
All right, we can straight up walk in. And be
You
like,
can
hey,
just straight up
I'm
walk
just
in.
famous, so I can walk in, but I want to be a VIP.
And of
I want
course,
to
you
get the
know,
red carpet treatment.
yes, of course, Apollo can just come right in if he wants. Are we waiting till 7 o'clock to go to the coronation, or are we going somewhere else and doing something else? This is what happens when the DM gives the players infinite options.
Oh yes.
I would love to.
We
dip
enter a
back into
crazy
the
stalemate where nothing happens.
I would love to dip back into the church when I get if
You want to go back into the Church of Meetle?
Yes.
Okay, you want to like slip
I'll
away
do it.
like stealthily, or because I mean you all are there in the Temple District right now together.
I'll just make a quick excuse. Like, I think I need to atone for something. I just remembered. I'll be back.
Azul.
Atone for something.
Yes.
You.
A good lashing out of make me repent. I'll be right back.
Just
I'm gonna
please
follow
deception
it.
roll it. It's like if you had said like you wanted to
Please
go get
deception.
supplies or something, I would have believed you.
You got to
But
roll deception as well, I guess.
it's fucking atonement from Azul.
Before it would have been possible, but now that line won't fly. Deception, not the best. 16.
He appears to be telling the truth. Maybe he does feel a little sorry.
Hang on, I'm gonna try.
If Sora rolls a
I wanna
2.
make it try.
Yep.
Oh, good, 17.
Apollo, you
Well,
kind of like you see like Azul like his lip flickers a little bit. A sure tell sign of someone lying.
Why don't I tag along? We can go atone together.
Azul,
Come along.
I'm so
And I'm gonna
proud
place
of
my
you.
hand on his back and I'm gonna start leading him.
I really thought you were so morally compromised you would never ever think about your actions. I'm so happy.
Come along, as I'll lead her into the thing and immediately. So what's the plan?
You,
Come
my
on,
friend,
what's
have
the plan?
no tact.
So what's the plan? No, I have plenty of tact. I just don't see a need to give it to you. So,
I just need to speak to the bishop. What we discuss between each other is, well, our business.
all right.
So Azul goes back into the temple
I'm
to speak
still
to the
walking.
bishop.
I'm still walking alongside him.
Gotta
Azul
get that story.
and Apollo are going in to see Bishop Hula, correct?
Oh yeah, I'll go in now. I've not met them.
Before Apollo leave, I just want to ask him.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to help us with convincing some guards?
Convincing? My dear boy, that's what I'm best at. After
If
all-
so,
Are you gonna kill these guards now?
You have.
Before the coronation?
Oh no, I'm just really good at convincing. But, I mean, you said there was a kid, yes?
to
I'll
be,
just I'll have to meet him.
you can do so after.
No,
Hey,
you want
that's
me
a
to
great
meet him
idea to
before.
pretend to be the bishop and
I could
rally the
pretend.
guard.
If I have ever seen anyone, I can pretend to be them. And I have the actor feat, so I get advantage on deception checks to pretend to be someone else.
You can either pretend to be the king.
I can
or
take on their
pretend
appearance,
to be the
voice,
bishop.
and get advantage on the check. So I'm really fucking good at lying.
So,
Just throwing
shall
it
we
out
go
there.
in? Let's go. Come along. Let's go meet your little bishop.
So,
Let's go
would
talk
you
to a
love
bishop.
to come with me to Rashad?
Yes, I'll come with you.
So
I'm so
Exodus
happy Azul's getting some help.
Exodus and Sora are going to Rashad, and Azul and Apollo are going back inside the temple, right?
Yeah.
That seems to be the play.
Okay, let's go back in the temple. Oh boy. We're going back in the temple, and then we'll go to Sora and Exodus in a second. We're in the temple of Saint Exodus.
You've returned?
Yes, I have.
Where is Exodus?
Oh, excellent. You know him. He has things to do his own way.
We have the statue safely put away.
Oh, perfect. I would like to discuss that with you. And I
Where
turned-
where is the statue? I'm curious.
You like kind of like starts around.
I'm a friend. I'm a friend. Don't worry.
I wouldn't go as far as say he's a friend.
I am plenty friendly. No,
He's an
I'm
acquaintance.
merely. I haven't had the chance to properly inspect it for injuries. That's all.
The statue
Ma'am?
is safe. I don't want to anger
transport.
Lord Exodus.
You won't anger him. Well, trust in me, please.
What is that you're asking? Azul?
I just need to see it. Go on. I'll go find it, and I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna go look for that statue. Go on, do your
Apollo
talk.
starts to like look around for the statue, and she's just like she's still talking with Azul.
I saw how apprehensive you were about keeping the statue here at the church.
Oh,
And
you piece of shit.
It
Excellent.
is something evil
as
and
a
foul, but Lord Exodus, he is responsible for this place, and even though this is the Church of Metal, and it is Metals owns the church, I guess.
Mitos does or the church owns the church, and Excellent is merely a sponsor.
And a very good sponsor that he is.
Exactly. He's a gracious and forgiving sponsor, just as Lord Mitos.
I wish that he would take the lash sometimes, for he allows the Dark One, apparently a vampire, now ruling over Stonebrook.
She looks down at her
sure.
waist, and there's like a cat of nine tails almost.
He does not lash himself enough for this penance and wrong.
I believe he punishes himself in a different way. But let's move on that matter.
Do you seek
I'm sure
to redeem yourself?
I'm above redemption.
This is a lie. No, all men are not without sin.
I am above redemption.
That's amazing, by the way.
That's pretty hard.
And
She looks over at your ears a little bit. They're like half elf ears, right?
Yeah, not entirely like super sharp pointy, not that long, but still pointy.
unfortunately, I'm sorry to hear what happened to your kin.
It's,
Make an investigation roll, Apollo, as you're looking for the
Alright.
statue.
Investigation +4. Natural 20.
You find the room, but it's like locked.
Oh, that's a shame.
You look down through the keyhole. You see him in there.
Mage hand.
Mage hand, what?
This seems. I'm gonna call out to the Archmage. This seems a fitting price for my assistance, doesn't it not? Mage hand. Push it over.
Push over what? Oh, you're looking through and you cast Mage Hand and you push over the statue?
Mage hand, and I'm pushing over the statue.
The
It can
statue,
only have
yeah,
2
the
pounds
statue.
of force.
Yeah,
How
the
do you push it over the mage hand?
Well, you know what I'll do then? I'll have the mage hand unlock the door.
Mage Hand, you can't see on the other end of the door.
I can't see.
Yeah, you can't see it like that.
How can I do this?
Getting pretty
Let's see.
creative. I
Look at my
like it.
sprite. Look at my sprite.
Now here's the thing, Apollo. You can always
Sprite.
overcast the Mage Hand spell, but you might
I
go
could
crazy.
also.
Always the bait.
Let's see, my sprite.
It's the
No, we'll not
DM
use the
dangling,
sprite.
you know,
We'll not use the sprite.
being a little treat, you know, temptation.
A tree, yeah.
Hey man, if you want to push it over,
Let's see here. Let's see.
but Azul's right.
I could.
I'll go back to Azul. What does Azul do?
Yes, keep going.
I gotta go to you real quick, then I gotta go to the other group.
It was truly a tragedy, but it's not why I've come here to discuss.
Why does Lord Exodus not want to slay the vampire? This does not seem befitting of a knight.
He doesn't wish to risk his life in an endeavor bound to failure. Attacking the vampire in her domain is certain doom. We have ways to do it differently. We don't have to do it
She says,
at the culmination.
she goes back over to the book,
And she says, I've been reading through the book a little bit.
and she like flips to a page in the book, and it talks about a sword of light. Right?
This was the holy sword
First ever.
of Votun. It was one of the 3 swords of power forged in the Great War. I don't know where it is, though. Apparently, it was fallen when Votun was destroyed. You believe that a god can be killed?
Truly interesting. Might have use for that later. But no. Stay focused with me, okay? I'm here to talk about the statue.
What about
It's
it?
interesting. Exton.
It's
just
foul
like
and
his-
evil. I hate to store it in a place like this, one that's so holy that we've built.
I'm gonna go to the other group while you guys were thinking about it. You haven't like made
I've got
yourself-
it. I've got it.
Okay,
I got my-
I'm gonna
I
go
got
to the
my
other
method.
group though real quick.
Get it.
As
Go for
Sor and Accident finally make their way to Rashad, to the boulder, the shaking boulder.
Yep.
Oh, welcome, my friends. You've returned. You've returned.
I'm sorry about the scroll, but you know, I can put an order out for it. Of course, it might be here within a week or so.
That's what I was looking for.
Can we put an
What's the
order?
down? Yes.
Yes, please.
Something like this would have to be scribed by someone very powerful indeed. The only scribes I know that could do a job like this would be in Hussard. It would take some time. We could send a message and expedite the order. Let's say 1,000 gold.
I pull out 100 platinum pieces and hand it over to him.
I knew you were rich. I saw it when I sold you that armor not too long ago. Your business is always welcome here, Lord Accident. As he takes the coin, he says,
I was willing to cover part. You didn't have to drop that much.
It's my request to go there. It's my responsibility.
Very well.
now how does a knight of Methil acquire so much coin?
I fell upon it.
Just like I fell upon my consort last night, I'm sure. Just stumble right into it, don't you? Well, you're always welcome to my shop, of course.
Do you have any potions of healing?
I sold the last one to your friend. The flamboyant one. I wonder what his price is.
What was his name again?
He seemed quite friendly.
Rashad is the vendor.
Rashad Al-Hamid.
Excuse me, Rashad.
He's a member of the Iron Links.
How long does it usually take to send letters?
What are you trying to say? Sending letters is for, lesser people than us nobles. We can acquire magic to send messages anywhere in the world. We just need to know who you wish to send a message to.
I was talking more so when it came to ordering the scroll.
Oh, we will send the order out immediately.
Okay.
He calls over to his slave. Put this order in, and we needed a scroll of greater restoration. He has an elvish slave. The slaves are marked with 2 marks. His mark is of the Iron Links, and the other one is to Rashad Al-Hamid.
I was going to suggest using this, and I pull out. I was going to try to expedite it to make it come a bit faster. I was going to give him the paper bird wondrous item.
What does this do?
It's like a letter. It flies out.
And does it return back to you?
Draws within.
This is kind of cool. I have to remember this one. Not too many people use the wondrous item stuff.
After you write a message of 50 words or fewer on the magic sheet apartment, magically folds a tiny paper bird and flies to the recipient whose name you uttered. So I need to know the recipient's name. The recipient must be on the same plane of existence, otherwise the bird turns into ash. It doesn't say anything about returning back, but I just need to get the word to them.
It's used once. It's 50 gold. I love this item. This is such a cool item. I see the picture of it too. This is so cool. This is from WE. I think this isn't from Wild Beyond the Witchlight. This is from something else. I'm trying to think where this is, the source of this is from, because it's not from the DMG. You write out he says, "Oh, excellent." He takes it and he looks at it and he makes change and he hands Excellent back 50 gold. Right? And he says, "No, I don't need to send this." He's like, "But I'll keep the extra for the hassle." So he hands you he compensates you for the paper bird. He writes out the script of the request. The slave takes it, throws it off the balcony, and it flies away.
No, that's neat.
Like a little, it looks almost like a swan.
Yep.
This is so cool. Awesome. I'll have Soar roll a... make this really cool. Soar does something really cool. I like this. Roll a D4, Soar.
D4. It's a 2.
Interesting. Keep that number in mind. Is there anything else you guys want to do here?
Not with Rashad.
That's what it looks like, guys. The item that he's talking about. That's like what the swan thing looks like. You want to do anything else with a Rashad accident and Soar? Seems like the scroll of greater restoration is on its way. An accident, I think, can cast a spell, right? Because it's a part of your spell school.
Nope. That is only Ranger, Bard, or
So Azul will have to cast it.
or Apollo. Yeah.
I'd like to. Can I sell something to him?
What do you want to sell?
I want to sell my quiver. I don't know how to say that. Quiver of Elona. Because I'm not an archer.
Where'd you get it? Did you buy
After
this?
I left.
Did you buy this from
yeah.
someone? You can just return it, man. You don't need to if you're not
Okay.
using it. It's not a thing where you
I forget how much.
It's 1,000 gold. That's the base price of it. To get it's 1,000 gold straight up. Okay, let's go back to the temple, right? We're back in the Temple of St. Exodus, guys. Or should we play the Halo theme again? Because I love that Halo theme.
Whichever flavor you like.
That's what, when I was just thinking about your temple, man, that's what I was listening to.
Be back in a minute.
Sure. Okay, so let's go to Apollo. What are you trying to do now to dunk the statue?
I will step away, make sure I'm at least tucked away in a corner and no one's really staring at me.
Make a stealth roll.
Alright.
Should I make it in secret?
Yeah.
I'm going to make it in secret for you, so here's your roll. Ooh. Roll again to see what my roll is. What's your plus stealth roll modifier?
My stealth roll is a +8.
Are we using the 1 D&D rules where a natural 1 is always a failure?
I assume we are we not?
Okay. What do you try to do, Apollo?
There'll be a pause before I will begin weaving my fingers together, and I will cast, using my warlock spell slot, Summon Fae. Tricksy Fae.
You gonna try to summon a Fae creature in there?
Yes.
There's someone over here! They're casting magic! You've been spotted. As you roll a natural 1. This guy, he's casting magic. Hey, you, stop! Do you finish the spell? Or do you stop it mid-spell?
I'll stop it. I'm assuming I'm currently standing by the door, yes?
Yes.
Duck around the corner.
You there, get away! Okay, you duck around
And
the
as
corner.
I duck around the corner, action, change form. I'm now an old man in a hooded cloak to the Temple of Mitol.
This is a part of your changeling ability.
Oh, yes.
Now, your changeling ability, you cannot change your clothes. You can only change your
But I
clothes.
can bonus action change my clothes with my special enchantment that I have on my clothes.
Awesome, I love it.
That's
So
why I
within-
got the enchantment.
I love it. So what do you change into, an old man in robes?
Old man in hooded robes for the Temple of Mitol. Just
Bishop Ula says, what's going on? Someone's casting magic?
I'm unsure what happened.
There was a man over here and he ran away.
What did he look like?
He describes Apollo.
Ah, my magically inclined friend, Apollo.
Where did you go?
Why was he casting magic? One of the other ushers asked.
Where was he? Where was he when he was casting the magic?
He was standing by over here. He points near the door.
Oh, what's behind that door?
Bishop Ula says, that's none of your concern.
Where are my keys?
Apollo,
As I'm patting myself down.
Apollo successfully escapes, I'm saying, the situation.
Oh no, I'm still there, but I'm just in disguise.
You're just like, Azul is there, you see them talking with Bishop Ula, and Ula says, wait, I don't know what's in there. But you see her slyly, like, she just like holds out her hand. Do you mind?
She wants me to hold her hand?
Says, a donation from Mito?
Oh yes, here. I have a few coins for this man. Always for the church. Always for the church. As I'll pull out a few gold a gold coin slowly.
As this old man like approaches Azul, and she says, "Well, why, thank you, stranger."
Yes. Always a donation. May I?
May you
left
what?
Some of my. I think I left some supplies.
How much gold did you give her?
1 for now.
She says, that room is off limits. And she takes the gold.
Now turn back.
What
And I reach in and I pull out 4 more.
the? She says.
I only have so much savings, my dear.
Do you let her take it?
Into her
Church
hand.
ain't any better.
Ching,
Just
ching, ching,
let the
ching,
darkness
you
do
know,
its thing.
She's like,
The
she's
better
like,
for the church.
wait a minute.
I give her a little wink.
She says, Throw this man out. He's the caster. Do you like your delusion? Because like some old man has like a bunch of gold. She's like, this must be the man who was trying to get in there.
As I'll just roll the hood back and just let the blonde hair flow and just, or different hair color now.
Sure.
As I'll just say, do you want the werewolf gone or not?
Is that why you came, Yasuo?
Yes.
Did you
I
and
came
your
here to
friend came
remove-
and want to get rid of the statue? But that was because of accident.
Oh, I came here to convince you to sell the statue.
I came here
Jesus.
to remove it. Not
Can't-
sell, remove.
Let us go into my chambers and speak about this in private. Usher,
course.
can you calm the other people down? This is under control.
It's good to see Barnaby still here in spirit.
Barnaby, it says, parting without Barnaby. You guys go back into a private chamber, right?
Mhm.
You hear the distant chanting still. The lashing is still, some of the lashings. As you hear some lashing as well, you hear someone say, I'm sorry, Mutal. Psh. Forgive me.
This place should have stayed burned down.
Forgive me.
Is the darkness really that bad?
I've wronged you.
I think we just follow this church.
You guys go back into a private quarters. He says, all right. What are we doing about the statue? I want it destroyed.
Oh,
It's
I
like-
can do that for you.
But
I'm more than
But if-
happy to.
but Accident can't know about it.
He will never know.
Don't listen to this man.
It will have to. This could never come back to us.
I can be anyone you wish me to be.
Well, I wish you to. This will have to require a great sacrifice from you then.
To remove to do you a favor.
Yes, of course.
It is a sacrifice to help you.
Let me think, he says. Accident gave us 2,000 gold coins. Look at the great works we've been able to do. I do not wish to draw his ire, so you will have to beat his donations, so this will be right with Meadle.
I like you.
The gods need money, and
Exactly.
lots of it.
That's
Church needs
type
money
of
and lots.
worship all the gods want.
The grin just slowly slides on my face as I just go. So, you want to keep a werewolf in your temples, the very sacred place, until you get paid.
I will want to. It sounds like we should destroy this creature, but
Sure, just
I
a
do
werewolf.
not want to draw the ire of Lord Exodin, and therefore, if it is to be true and destined, you must beat his donation. Well, we will be
A
able
lot
to
of
help.
money to kill a statue.
We will be able to serve
This is-
many homeless and all the orphan
This is
children.
astonishing.
Think of the children.
Exactly.
You know, where
of
I'm
my
from,
rod.
we don't tend to much care for the children.
You
They
look
tend to
around,
care
there's
for
like this
themselves.
gaudy temple. She says, think of the children. Right. You see her, she takes a drink of her cup. Her cup is like, has like, her cup is like made of silver, you know?
Excellent. You really picked the best, I swear to God. Out of all the churches, you picked this one.
This is amazing. This is honestly amazing. Like, a part of me wants to just be like, no, let him find out on his own. Let him figure this out. This is amazing. But a part of me is also just like, well, maybe we shouldn't. But, like, I really am like, I don't know, man.
If I could, I would just overcast fireball to get rid of this entire church.
I mean, I got an idea.
Oh,
guys do.
Hey, are you willing to just ditch this church entirely after we do something?
me? Out of character?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Out of character.
I'm gonna gamble something. I can gamble something. We got 1 hour to do shit.
Ugh.
I can gamble something, and we can have 1 hour to do a lot.
I was trying to do this discreetly, and you.
Should I go back to the
I
other
can
group
make
while you
it.
guys
I can
think
make
about
it very
stuff?
discreetly. I can make this very discreet.
Why don't we go back to the other group while you guys maybe message each other and maybe figure out a plan? You guys are right now in the office of Bishop Ula in the Temple of Exodus.
Okay. All right, let's do this.
Sor
Let's
and
figure this out.
Exodus have just left the place. Where are you guys going?
Well,
I was going to go regroup with them because we got to come up with a plan for what to do with Thomas Vigil.
You gonna go back to the temple?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm really proud of him. You know, I really thought.
You walk in, exit in to the temple. I'm gonna say, actually, we'll have the two groups roll d20. Everybody rolls a d20. Whoever rolls the highest is sort of more quote unquote successful on what's going on. In other words, does Exodus walk in right now? But he has to beat the roll. Exodus and Sor roll pretty low. Apollo and Azul need to roll. Sor rolls.
Oh, our group is fucked.
I don't see the roll from Apollo. Apollo needs
hang
to roll
on. I'm writing out plans.
Apollo and Azul both need to roll d20s right now.
D20 rolling.
Right.
12.
No, that wins.
Okay, so you guys have, I'm going to say, a few minutes. What do you guys want to do? Apollo and Azul.
So
You're in the chamber with her, and she says, so can you match this donation? I'm thinking a number in my head. She like sloshes the wine around, takes a sip. 2,500.
what do you think you can match this?
500 is a good price. I bet that's exactly how much someone would pay to have that statue.
Especially once
we
they find
plan on
out they can.
destroying the statue. Is that right?
But I think it'd be better if you sold it.
Isn't there a tradition in this
Wouldn't you
in
want
this
it?
realm where there's slavery and slave brands? Isn't that a tradition in this place?
I'm confused. What are you asking about? I want to destroy
Isn't
the
it-
statue.
You wish to destroy it,
Yes.
so why not just push it over?
Well, I don't want to piss off you know who.
Well, why does he have to know?
You'll find
Perhaps. Oh, I mean, perhaps someone came
out.
in.
She
in
goes
the
over
night.
to like a scroll and like she pulls out a scroll and she says, "The Knights of the Holy Order of Lancers. They wish that Exodus would serve as its champion.
And
they
if
used
I
to
could
be able
convince
to-
him to,
Could you do that?
I could try.
But look here," she points in the scroll. "They used to force confessions out of the heathens. They could cast powerful spells, so no one could lie in their presence."
Really?
How quaint.
That is mighty useful.
However, I've seen such spells in my time. There are ways around them. Because after all, just because you can't lie doesn't mean you have to speak.
Go on.
If you don't say anything, then they don't know. You can tell a truth, but lie by omission.
Well, there is
Don't
another
give the
option I'm
details.
thinking of. We do need more
Yeah.
champions of metal, and
I am no champion.
he looks over at Azul. But you serve.
I am already.
And as soon as you say that, Exodus and Sor come in. That was about the 5 minutes. Exodus and Sor come in to the temple, and you don't see like Azul and them around. So they're either gone or they left somewhere. What do you do, Exodus? And Sor. Lord Exodus, you've returned.
I mean, they had to take him to the back for the lashing. He'd been gone a while. You
What
must have a
brings-
lot to confess to.
What brings you and your friend back here, Lord Exodin?
Looking for the other two.
Oh, we thought you might have reconsidered your coronation.
No.
That's unfortunate. One of
Have
the
you
bishops
seen-
that one of the other ushers says.
Sword looks visibly disgusted when he's in this place now.
Why, does he know about it?
He doesn't know about it. He doesn't know fuck all.
For all you know, you think it's as holy temple as I do.
I'm talking about the lashings.
Oh.
What do you do, Exodus?
I'm kind of scared of what you mean now.
Have you seen Azul and the
They're in the back with
charming
Bishop.
fellow with him?
A bit, and in the back with Bishop Ula. I'm assuming
Oh.
they are confessing their sins as we speak.
I have the bishop doing it.
Yeah.
That's what Azul said he was going to do. Could you
I suppose I
take me
could
there?
wait here.
Your friend says he wants to wait. You wish to go see them, Lord Exodus?
If I'm not interrupting.
You guys hear Azul and Apollo. Sword, do you just stick around or you go with Exodus?
I'm gonna go to that table and start eating some of that cheese.
You start eating some of the cheese. Pretty delicious. Pretty good. I mean, you looked around the rest of the temple square, like, there's like just nothing happening. There's like the guy tripping on mushrooms. He must be just like laid out, like walling around, but this is a nice place. Delicacies and herbs laid out, glasses of wine. Pretty easy how they can entice so many followers of Mito. It's crazy how much coin can go, right, Azul? How much coin can influence the world. And then you hear a knock on the door. Yes,
As I just pull
who
a
is it?
finger, I pull a finger up to my lips and just.
She already
Never
responds as you pull the finger up. She's like, "Who is it?"
It's accident.
I try to hide.
Oh, see, this is what I'm
Let him in,
telling
let him in.
you.
Let him in.
She
No,
says to
it's not an
Apollo.
issue. It's not an issue. We're not doing anything. We're just discussing.
Well, let your friend in then.
I wanted to know more about Mito. Come on, Trixie, open the door for me.
Trixie goes over and she starts rattling the handle, and she's she pulls it down eventually after pulling it, wrestling with it a little bit. She goes, she's not very strong,
Oh yeah, she's not, but she's a sweetheart.
and then the door opens up, and you see Pixie fly right back to Apollo. Lord Exodus, we were just speaking about with your friends here.
Mito, yes, I wanted to know more about this temple and their beliefs. Quite fascinating, honestly. Nothing quite like it where I'm from.
Well, is Azul done his atonement?
I'd say he has. Admittedly, not quite to their standards, but an atonement of sorts, I would say.
Good. We have plans to make.
Excellent.
Are you ready to leave?
I certainly am.
Thank you for your time, dear Bishop, as I will stand up and extend a hand for a handshake.
Yes.
Take it and just,
her just palm her little gnomish hands run across yours.
I wish you luck with your endeavors. And perhaps I can return again soon to discuss more.
Yes, and I hope that she looks over at Lord Exodus. Someone can reconsider joining, and
She spoke highly of you, dear sir.
thank you. Do you guys leave her
Wish you
chambers?
well.
Is that what's going
Yep.
on?
I'll leave.
I'll make a quick remark.
And Bishop, I've got the scroll on order. Within a week, I will be able to take care of the problem.
That's excellent. I guess.
Will there be any trouble?
No trouble at all.
Good.
I'll walk out, close the door behind me.
You shut the door as you've kind of intimidated her. You guys are back.
Oh, I'm gonna roll intimidation.
No, you don't. You don't need to roll.
Okay.
No roll required.
Are we leaving the temple?
Yeah, where you guys going? What are you doing?
Where are you going? I got something to say the moment we're actually out of the temple itself.
While we start to leave, I try to take one of the cheese wheels.
Cheese wheel?
You take a
I'm
cheese
good.
wheel, no one objects.
Nice.
Add a day's worth of rations to your character sheet.
Just a cheese.
A day worth of cheese.
What
Well,
do you guys do?
the moment we're outside, I'm just gonna. That temple of yours is absolutely horrible. You know this, yes?
I could. You're not.
That temple of yours is absolutely horrid. You know this, yes?
Horn in what manner?
There is absolutely no forgiveness in that place. She seemed oh so very upset to have a werewolf in her. She was so upset. The
Yes,
beatings,
well.
the desperation for gold. My, she wanted quite the sponsorship from me.
That is why I keep a bit of a distance between me and the church.
Honestly, I feel like it should be burned down.
Oh, well, that's a little far.
You're right. Perhaps it would be better to simply be crushed underfoot.
My friend, you have very hard punishments.
Perhaps, although, as far as I'm aware, there's a harder. Shall we?
Their cheese is good though.
Oh, I
Not quite as
enjoy
good
it.
as my does the cheese from my home best.
Uh,
To a coronation, shall we?
We have to wait until the coronation, so that's like about 5 hours, 6 hours.
You guys want to wait till the coronation?
Yeah, I'm down.
Should probably plot a plan before we wait.
Yeah.
I mean, I can keep Alarian busy. I can keep her fucked. I can keep a lot of people at that place busy.
I mean, out of character, I think a good option maybe is to possibly knock out Thomas Vigil. Get our good friend Apollo here to act like him. And
I mean,
like,
I need to know more about. I need to read his diary or something.
I mean, we could you could just straight up talk to him for 5 or 10 minutes. Try and get
I mean,
him
I won't know. I will have the same issue that
Is
Istra, the impersonation of Istra did, where I don't know the names.
Do you guys
That's an
see the do you guys see the House of Dragons at all?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
You guys watch the House of Dragons at all? Anyone?
No.
No.
Oh.
Man,
Wow.
wow.
Wow. I'm actually really surprised that
I
And
see
look,
clips on it.
well, there was a
bro.
cool scene because it is the show has a lot to do with court. Really, that's a good way to the show captures the Game of Thrones royalty type stuff. But this one kind of emphasizes the idea of the small council and part of the show is the king has his daughter sworn in as the heir, and so what happens is all the nobles come in from all the realm, and they kneel before the king, the heir, and with the king there, and they swear loyalty to the heir, and they say, "I respect you as the heir," right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's similar as it's a holy thing almost too, right? So the bishop might be there too, actually, right? To bless it, in some way as well, right? As Thomas Vigil will become the new king.
Maybe we got it
So there's
I'm thinking we try to convince some of the higher up guards.
Let's have Exodus roll a history check, DC 15.
Come on.
And
Excellent.
the difficulty scales depends on what he rolls. You know of noble houses in Stormbrook. One of the noble houses is called Darkguard. They probably will be there to swear their allegiance to Thomas Vigil. What do you guys want to do? As I mute my mic, can you guys plan or do whatever you guys want to do?
All right. We got a couple options here. The obvious one is I am a master of persuasion and deception. I can perform, I can put on a show and an act and I can draw attention away from things that are happening. I am not built for combat with my spells. I did not build it for combat. I am an actor and a non-combative above all else.
Okay.
I have combat spells. Like, my big thing is I have the darkness spell and the ability to see through darkness. So the obvious trick is cast it on your weapon. You've got a darkness that follows you and you just shoot into it. Where I don't have advantage to shoot, but they have advantage. They have disadvantage against me. So I can do combat. I'm just not good at it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I could just try to keep people busy. I could definitely go up to Valeria and try to keep her busy. Or maybe lure her somewhere.
You remember
And then you
Alarian tried
guys
to
jump
charm
her?
Adeline, right?
Ah, but I am a fae. I believe I have immunity to charm. I believe.
I think you have advantage against it,
Yeah.
at least.
Possibly an advantage. I have a suggestion. Is possibly we get the bishop to, like, as she's giving some sort of blessing, she like says, "Oh, he's a vampire spawn or some shit. I don't know," and like with the whole court riled up and against Thomas Wiggle, and Pot, and like I don't know, maybe she can fake. I also sense she's also a vampire.
I mean, to be fair, if there is holy people there, and you are well trusted in the community, Exodus could at any point say, "There's a vampire present," point at Alarian, and be done. However, that just means there's a big, wide-scale battle.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which
if we can
means-
assassinate her, that's perfect. If we have to have the wide-scale battle because we can't pull that off, then that's a huge
I'd say-
gamble.
I could try to keep her busy, but wide-scale battle is a fucking gamble anyways, because they have reduced guards. Just the base.
Reduce what?
Guards. They have
Oh.
lesser guards than normal, just by base.
So the safest
also,
way is to get rid of.
these other noble families that will be there. You know, maybe we can convince them that, oh, you're gonna swear allegiance to a vampire. That's probably not a good idea.
Problem is, are we going to have like the holy warriors, or are there going to be just a bunch of guards that are
I
pretty
think it's
much
just a bunch of guards.
Yeah, then they're going to be allegiance to Thomas Vigil. So I'm thinking we honestly talk to some of the higher up guards beforehand, tell them what's going on, and tell them we're trying to release Thomas Vigil from the grasp.
But
and
will
save
they
him.
believe? I mean, I could go persuasion and try to convince them it's true, but I don't know any of what's going on. I'm just tagging along for the ride.
Well, there's that one guard that was there when Istra
The
jumped from
captain?
the window. Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm feeling like we would have some sway with him, with Azul, myself.
And we could just possibly just info dump both of these two. You know, tell them what's what. That's also, you know, to get them. You know,
Tell him we want to help the royal family and
we could
get
get
him on our side.
I could also do catchy performance, apparently, which means I could draw attention for 2 minutes to all people in a 40-foot range with deception check, which is really good for me.
It's up to your
Only-
proficiency bonus, and they get disadvantage on their next ability check or skill check.
So that's an awesome one. So you want to? Who's up for talking to the head guard at the castle?
I mean,
that's a good
I
one.
have a persuasion of plus 12, so I'm the best one at talking to people. You just got to make sure that they trust me.
And that is where Azul and I come in.
So if we show up to the castle early before the coronation, we can talk to a few people, go from there.
And if Alarian doesn't show up, then that's a big fucking problem.
If Valerian doesn't show, then I think the best thing to do is just fucking risk it on Thomas. I think we
On
just
what?
fucking risk it.
Oh.
I think we just risk it on Thomas and we gamble.
Well, the guards might not let us do that though if they know everything. So we're gonna keep that a secret. We're not gonna tell them that
Yeah,
they'll die if
we
do
don't
the
we don't
test.
we don't
do it.
tell them that. We just say that it's a bit riskier, that things could go wrong. Perhaps he's put out of commission for a little while. We just tell him that things could go wrong. It's not a requirement, but it makes the ritual more successful if she is dead.
Yes.
I think it's
Or we just say there are the two options, but either way, it's better to remove the vampire first and not let her know, so we can surprise her. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. We let on say, if we leave Thomas Wiggle for now, we can surprise the vampire so she doesn't know, go from there, and if she doesn't show, we just go with the ritual, we just send it.
And we need to convince the guards to ignore Thomas Vigil until the vampire is dead.
Yes.
that sounds
Pretty big persuasion check, but that's
I
what
have
the
a plus
non-combatant
12.
character is for.
And as long as I'm not getting like a 5 out of 100 chance, a 5% chance, I get a 22.
And he's a vampire spawn too. He's not like, in the castle during the day. That could be seen as suspicious, They have
No,
like
he's-
something's wrong.
yeah.
I think it's not about persuading them that he is a vampire. It's more so about persuading them to like temporarily break their loyalty and allegiance and vows or whatever to help us save the crown. Basically,
So there's gonna be a lot of shit that rides on this dice roll. So we gotta go, and I said we gotta go early, and we gotta prep.
yeah.
But we can't let on to Vigil or to anyone who might be vampire spawn that we know, because there's also just the chance that she turned the guards immediately.
Ooh.
It's only been 2 days, so she couldn't have done that many.
Yeah, this would be a day and a half.
Oh, so yeah, like
So
it would be. At
she could
most, like, a few.
definitely do a couple, but
Yeah,
she's probably gonna start at the top and work her way down. So you got to gamble on that. That's also a gamble. So I think we just got to risk it. And if shit goes really, really, really wrong, we get it.
Yep.
We just leave.
yeah, we'll have to fucking leave at that point.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
pretty
when we
good
get
at-
banned from Stormbrook. We just got to send it.
We're all pretty good at running.
I do have Bardic Inspiration, and I do actually have, as part of this, I do also have Unsettling Words, so I can remove from Wisdom saving throws or next saving throws. So
We got our new player next week.
true, that
Gonna be
too.
thrown into this mess.
That too.
All right, is that what we're going to do?
Yeah,
think that's a
I'm
solid
on
plan.
board.
Then
with this.
I'll start getting dolled up for a coronation.
So I'm trying. Are you guys going to try to? I was listening a little bit of what you guys are trying to do. You guys are going to talk to Denson Mudteeth, which is the captain of the guard. You want to go to Whitehaven, speak to the guard, and do what?
Try to essentially convince them that their king to be is being controlled by a vampire, and that we wish to release her hold on him, and that
ask-
in order to do so, they can't trust him and his orders right now, because if they trust him and his orders, they will be serving the vampire.
Yeah, I mean it's a really
And
good
then-
assumption, Apollo. That that again we'll make some rolls, but more likely than not, the guards won't want to be. They don't know
Exactly.
really what's happened. Like the rumors that you guys have been able to gather about the king, at least of what the assassination of the king. There was rumors that he was a monster. Like there was just ghastly rumors that he was some crazy something, no monster really. But people don't believe it, but they haven't been able to recover his body.
Well, we gave him the fucking head.
You threw a head down in front of some of the guards, and the guards were like kind of dismissive,
Oh my god.
right? And the guards were like, "Well, we don't really believe this shit because they don't." The guards are watching their own ass too, because if the king was like a monster, like all the guards would be probably executed, right?
Maybe to also like give us some backing on our how
The noble. So
we get
I'll,
the bishop.
you guys start asking. Yeah, let me give you a little bit more information. You guys start asking around, like up to around noon, to get more information about like what's going on, like what's the coronation about. you guys learn that there's 3 noble families that will be at the coronation. And so, without the king, there are other factions at play, right? There's 3 noble factions that want to serve, or that will probably vie for power in some way, say if Thomas Vigil dies, right? Someone will step in as king, really, right? And so some of the factions you don't know because you haven't delved into it, but some of the factions, as you can imagine, will want Thomas Vigil to be king and be like whatever, and then some will be like, we don't want this shit at all, right?
All right. What was that one that noble house that?
I linked a guy in there. Sebastian's Dark
Okay.
Guard is the one that you know about Exodus, because you've lived in Stormbrook your whole life, or near it. You've lived here for a while as a bounty hunter.
Yeah, for like a decade.
Exactly. So you kind of know what's going to happen. I like this plan. I guess we can do it. It sounds like this is something we're going to do next week. So it sounds like we are going to the coronation, and Apollo and Azul. You guys have met Alarian a few times. Azul especially knows Alarian will most likely be there in some way, but Azul makes a roll of some kind. He has to maybe get an insight, make an insight roll, on Alarian. I think your insight is really high.
Yeah, she's into me, strangely enough. I think. Alright. 12. Did
I'm
not
gonna-
roll good.
Her DC, so it'll be against her creature DC. So you didn't pass. So I can't reveal any more information to you.
Gotcha.
It's up to you guys. I mean, if you want to, it sounds like, Exodus rolled a natural 20 on the book, right? I will link you guys more information on vampires. The book is similar to. Oh, damn it. So yeah, I mean, this sounds like a cool adventure we're gonna do next week.
Yeah. I'm afraid I gotta prep for some work. But
all right.
Is there anything else we need?
That's it. Well, it sounds like we're gonna be going to Whitehaven, and if you guys want to message each other during the week on extra plans or anything you guys want to do before you encounter this, I mean, I'm just telling you, like, you're fighting a vampire. If that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I mean,
it sounds like
definitely
I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it sounds like either Thomas might die or Alarian might die or try to die, but it's going to be very difficult. And so I suggest you guys plan. Apollo sounds like he's a pretty good guy.
I am good at out of combat. I got a lot of statuses. I can charm. I got hypnotic presence, but I'm not great at combat, guys. So
I think what we're going to do is, so what's going to happen next week is Sussin will be with us next week, which he'll be a new player.
Which means we will have a cleric and radiant damage.
And we will probably involve him in the planning process. So if you guys want to message him as well. So he might be a part of the clergy that's supposed to coronate the king, right? And that way we can tie
that's actually
character in, right?
That's a huge deal. That's actually a huge deal. A holy light cleric. Light. Vampire. Oh, that's a big deal, actually.
That's big.
And I think
we got to make sure he has the daylight spell.
So you can message him. Well, you won't be able to tell him. Well, I guess.
Obviously not. Obviously not. But
I don't. Yeah.
I'm not gonna metagame because that's horrible.
Don't try to metagame it too hard because I mean he would have to prepare it a day in advance. What I was gonna try to say is with Evie, she hasn't shown up. She's been pretty sporadic as a player, and I think I'm gonna try to message her this week. I'll ask her like, hey, are you gonna respond? Because she hasn't even responded to me. She kind of like ghosting us again. Right?
That's a little.
So I don't want to like just immediately boot her, but if I don't hear a response back to her by Tuesday, I'm gonna say, or Wednesday, let's say Wednesday. If I don't hear a response back to her by Wednesday, I'm gonna have to remove her, and we'll try to replace her with a new player. Did you guys have fun tonight?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Sor got his cheese.
Yeah, I got my cheese.